Double 11! Amazing prices! Amazing styles! Win big in Mega Draw! Lowest prices, incredible benefits.
ये भी आ रहा है। ये भी जेरी को बुला दो, जेरी को बुला दो। स्क्रीन शेयर तो कर रहा हूँ। अच्छा देख ले।
Welcome to Double 11! Amazing prices, amazing styles! Win big in Mega Draw!
अरे सुनना भाई, भाई मैंने नहीं बोला कल करने के लिए, ठीक है? मैंने बोला कि प्रोटॉन VPN से करो क्या? प्रोटॉन VPN सिंगापुर में कनेक्ट करना पड़ता है।
Welcome to Double 11. Amazing prices, amazing styles. Win big in Mega Draw. Lowest prices, incredible benefits.
ठीक है, सेकंड मैच में मैं डाल दूंगा, ठीक है? लाइक निहाल ट्राई करेगा ना, गाइस, ठीक है? फर्स्ट मैच में हम लोग कर लेते हैं। वही पॉज। The $12 thing was
Welcome to Double 11. Amazing prices, amazing styles. Win big in Mega Draw. Lowest prices, incredible benefits.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I think we are back again for the Queen's Legacy series, hosted by War Terms, of course. And yeah, this is gonna be the most awaited time of the day of this tournament, and we are gonna be heading right into the grand finale. This is gonna be a best of five series, and we have two top teams who have made it to their way to get to this close trophy, and we'll be having Megatron code Apricity onto the upper bracket where they have been staying still, waiting for the fight for the opponent to come through. And onto the other hand, we have 9mm. They were there from the lower brackets finding their way, for paving their path from the south and trying to come out on top. And now this is gonna be this showdown that we are actually gonna be looking for. So until the casting deck is gonna be me, and I'm gonna be joined by Jeff here, and we're gonna be bringing you to the game today. And game number one, always one of the most interesting one, right, Jeff?
Yes, for sure, Devi. The first game is always the decider, on how your other games will be.
Mhm.
And yes, with this, we'll be
Butterflies
directly
born
jumping
by
into the
the
draft
wind
with
is
MCAT on
guided
towards the
by
blue team
lantern's
and
light.
9 on towards the red team. And if we look into the draft, we can already see the Meta bands coming in from the side of team MCAT, the Alice, the Baksha. So does the side of team 9 because they are coming in hot, just banning off the Zushin as well as the CC. I mean, a lot of heroes are actually coming on towards the gold lane rather than the marksmen themselves. So yeah, it's a valid hero to be banning off, especially knowing that CC can be one of the heroes.
Mhm. CC is always a band for any red side team. You cannot really let it go into the first place.
When
And
my
of
dreams
course,
are
if you are
born.
against Ada,
Mm-hmm.
for Megatron, they have to ban away the Basha. And I feel like it is one of the most played hero too in this tournament. If it's not banned, it's always been picked out. But the fact that they have to actually remove out the Alice is very very tricky. They don't want that XP to be here because this hero in particular is also very good into the against melee heroes. And the Lunox is always a no-brainer to take it away. Most of the time people have their way a good win rate with the Lunox and the Natan together in one place, mage and marksman. And this is gonna be a little bit of a deny coming through. So, is it gonna be a landslot ban, or what could they remove here though?
Love and hope
And
And
Luther.
to great
Okay.
yep,
inventions.
like we were talking. The metas that are evolving. Yeah, this is definitely. I mean, Lunox. It's actually a really big of a comeback coming in, knowing that this is the meta that revolves around the tankiness on towards the heroes. I mean, the fighters, the tanks, the utility that just comes in on towards the jungling area as well. So yeah, maximum of the time it is actually revolving on towards the tankiness rather than the damages, but having more tankiness rather than making it a combination with both the damage and the defenses. It's actually worth it to be picking the second option rather than the first one, and that is actually where the Lunox comes in, and she
Command
is being
confirmed.
banned off, and it is
Rhino
going to be sent from
online.
MCAT, who will be picking
Oh.
Rock straight up the first pick, which is going to be a heavy hitter, knowing that the wall as well as the tectonic charge would be causing a lot of trouble and a huge AoE stun area. So yeah, the side of Team NCAT, they have already gotten a trump card on the hand, but let's see how 9 actually counters this up here.
I feel like this could be a great way to pick up the Khalid, but I don't know if they want to play the Khalid here though. So it's gonna be a little bit too early. The Khalid can be a soft counter for the Grok because of the rotation that they usually have, and it is the only hero that could match it up. But I'm highly unsure that they will not be going for that.
Missile
Onto the
of
first pick though,
fire.
the
Got a
Kimi has been
plan in
acquired
my
popularity
sights.
into the
Your
mid side
team
any
is
than any
picking.
other mid laner for this tournament so far. And understandable that they want the Kimi and the Gatot all together. It's kind of stopping the Yusuf into appear into the side of MCAT. So they could actually try to go for the assassin now, or maybe the Kadita as well. But now that the Kimi is revealed, I don't know if
Mhm.
they wanna directly pick out their mates right now.
I mean, knowing that there
This
is still a
land is our
Kadita open,
homeland,
it
Oh,
can
and it
actually
will
work out.
soon
But
be a
no,
burial
look at that.
ground.
Gummy Worm onto the Lapu Lapu
danger.
and Luna Bay. Onto
Engines
was the
roaring
Irithel
and
though, and it
ready to
is going to
go. Your
be a
team
Wow.
is
really
picking.
epic hero choices that I'll be looking on for, because in this tournament, in this specific tournament, I'm seeing Irithel actually shine out way brighter than the other
Mm.
tournaments. And yes,
Yeah.
Irithel is a worthy hero. Just people are not able to unlock her maximum potential. And combining it with Gummy Worm, who can actually play a lot aggressive when Esmeralda or some other counters like CC would be banned off. So
The
yeah,
night
on
Yeah.
sky
towards the early game
tells
as well, though.
all.
But
Your
no, it's going to
team
be
is
Nancy
banning.
instantly locking on the Esmeralda, knowing that it is a hard counter for a Lapu Lapu as the game progresses. And she can also, what they call, lock down Luna Bay when it comes to the fighting situation. So, yeah, the side of Team 9 they have a really aggressive gameplay on their hands. While talking about the calm, though, the side of Team Megatron Code of City, they have a much
Your
better
team is
situational
banning.
fights
Mm.
coming in, knowing that they have scape skills, knowing that they have a much more damage potential against Team 9 here, because Esmeralda, she is usually onto the tankiness as well as the Gatot Kacha. So yeah, what do you say about it though,
Mm.
Debbie?
I like the Esmeralda here because Gummy Worm sees it is her signature pick that the Lapu Lapu is
Mhm.
being completely left open. But I also do understand that Nancy wanted to go for the Esmeralda, so they did not bother banning away the Lapu Lapu. But the thing about Luna Bay is that she is so good onto this Irithel. It's one of her comfort heroes, and she has been able to find a win all over the places with this hero. So I'm kind of worried if what kind of hero that Akiko will be able to bring
It
here,
is in
because
despair
if
that
it is
I
on
see the
paper the
fondest
Irithel
hopes.
counters the Grandeur, and the Grandeur is one
Mhm.
of the signature pick for Akiko as well. So I don't think that Megatron will be actually banning out their Grandeur. They might want to bait it out just a little bit, get Akiko onto the Grandeur and try to counter it with the Irithel already. So I like that they have picked out the Irithel, but one thing for sure is that Megatron, they have to
Mhm.
ban out the Fanny. They should ban out the Fanny so that the Irisel will be able to have a good time. But Nine Meow Meow though, what should they actually remove here? They could go for another mix ban, but then it's gonna be opening up a lot of jungle for Panda too. So what could be good here?
That's true.
It
A
is
lot of
better to
heroes
be
are open up,
feared
but
than
oh,
loved,
Oh, okay.
Amon.
Paimon
if you cannot
signature.
bluff.
Yep, exactly. The hero that we were waiting for. The side of Team MCAT, they won't be getting their Amon, one of the most signatures. And I have actually seen the side of Team MCAT's Panda play off that Amon and actually plays out really well. And yeah, talking about it though, it's from the side of Team 9MM that is going to be banning it off. And the side of Team Megatron could appreciate they still have a ban left open. And let's see if it's going to be a meta ban like maybe something which will be revolving on towards the gold lane if the side of Team 9mm want to go for a tank for a fighter on towards the goal lane rather than the marksman, then it also works out because I guess there is still a hero left open. I just can't name it out right now, Devi. If you know
Yeah.
any on towards the goal
Sir,
lane though.
what's your
But yeah,
command?
Fanny, like you
Your
Oh,
mentioned.
team is picking.
Fanny. It's got to go. The Fanny and the Basha gone, so it's kind of putting
Mm-hmm.
Ada in a very peculiar position where she had to go for the Fredrin or the Landslide. And the last time we seen on her on the Landslide, 2 games, they weren't able to win out on that hero. So do they want to pick up the Fredrin or the Lancelot? It's into their choice. But actually okay here. They can pick up the marksman right now and go for the jungle until the very last phase so that they'll be able to see what Megatron will be picking out, which is gonna be the gold and the jungle too. So not gold, the mage and the jungle. So they are actually gonna have to wait a little bit. But the thing is, it's
See
still gonna be
value in
very
me?
very bad.
Your team
You
Okay,
is
should.
Fredrin
picking.
is what they wanted to go for instead of the Lancelot. So, is it gonna be a Yishun or a Lancelot here for Panda?
For a panda against Fredrin, usually assassin is not recommended, but assassin which is going to be Yishin actually works out rather than the Lancelot because Lancelot's puncture gets interrupted by the taunts and the chain stuns coming in from Akiko, who is on Fredrin. So yeah, it is not a wise choice for Lancelot, but Yishin on the other hand can actually melt down the
Oh,
tankiness
yeah,
when it
yeah.
comes towards its itemizations. So YSS is a much better option rather than the Lancelot, but if they still want to go for the risk, knowing that they can mark down the backliners. So yeah, definitely you can go ahead. But in my
Mm.
opinion, LYSS would be a much better option. And with that, the Xavier is being hovered
This
upon. But
time,
do you think, Debbie, that
the
the Xavier
Oh.
choice is
is a
mine.
better option against that Kimi though?
They call me a
It's
hero
not the
because I saved
the
my
yeah, like we
nation from
already mentioned, it's
falling
gonna be the
apart.
Yishun that's better here. But like you said, the Javier, like you asked, I mean, it's not gonna be that much of a factor into the early games. But now with the lack of assassin into the hands of Nine Meow Meow, it kind
Mhm.
of give out Granger a little bit of a leeway because he's a good hero to try to go against when the opponent jungle is actually a tank and a utility. And this time around, it's a Fredrin who want to stay in the team fights, and Javier is a hero that stays away from the team fight, and he have the range too, so it might be a little bit hard for him to be caught on. But another option for Akiko, it's gonna be lacking just a little bit. So you can play the carry and the Granger as well as the
Here
Beatrix and
comes
the
the
Moscow too.
brightest
I'm not
flare
sure,
in this
but yeah, the
galaxy.
other two are not an option. It's gonna be so much of a range that the Editor will be having. So
Mhm.
Beatrix is the best, I could say, but then it's not a good hero to go against the Iristel as well. And this tournament so
Mhm.
far, when we can see, like you already said,
Yep, yep,
Iristel have much more popularity, right? And you are right with that
exactly.
because it have a very good win rate in comparison to another hero. And Beatrix also hasn't been able to win the game. So I feel like Akiko will try to go for the scaling, not go for a 1v1 situation against Lunabe here, so that they'll be
Mhm.
able to scale up and get all of those items on her kit and be that damage dealer that they're requiring.
Exactly. And yes, guys, with this, we'll be jumping in the land of Dawn in a matter of second. You guys are watching the Queen's Legacy brought to you by Wardrums Esports. On the red team, we have team none other than 9mm, and on the blue team, we'll be having the side of team Megatron, Code City. Both the teams have made a really far situation, and this is going to be the grand finals, the BO5 series, where both the teams will have to play
Welcome
out
to
their cards
Moba
really wisely. A
Legends.
really intense match
5
that needs to be
seconds
played
till
out
the
from both the
enemy
teams. And
reaches the
with this, we are in the
battlefield.
land of Dawn, the
Slash.
junglers being none other than YSS on the hands of Team Megatron Code Apricity, and on the red team we have Ada, who is on Fredrin, a really hard counter for assassins. But when it comes to Panda, who is on YSS, it is a really strong hero. And yeah, with this, both the junglers will be starting off from the purple buff. But Debbie,
Yeah.
like I asked all my co-casters, who do you think the first turtle will be belonging to as of what you have seen in the draft?
Forest Turtle, it should be able to be in the hands of 9mm here just because of the mid prio that they have because of the Kimi. Kimi have a very very good range and a good clearance in comparison to the Xavier too, and you have the mid control as well just because of the Gatot
Mhm.
Gacha. But then again, the fact that okay, never mind, it's gonna be
Oh,
a knock and a taunt coming through might not be an engaged Carapai able to bait out the
oh,
flicker, but Sung Sung might be in trouble though. It's gonna be Nancy trying to go in for more, but hey, the damage are actually less. But onto the other side, it's gonna be Sen taking
Nintendo.
her very low ADA with the first blood being picked away and the lethal wanderer 2 onto her hands. What? This is engaged that we are looking for into the early game.
Exactly. Straight off the bat, we can see the first blood coming on towards the hands of Ada, who is a jungler. And giving first blood to your opponent's jungler is not a wise choice because he will be having a much better option when it comes to leveling up. So yeah, with this, we'll be seeing the side of Team 9mm actually having the upper hand here. And with that, the top
Mhm.
lane already being harassed, like we are speaking on how Nancy, the Esmeralda, can actually counter out the Lapu Lapu Gummy Worm. And that is actually happening right now. And we can already see the rotation is coming on towards the top lane, knowing that the side of Team 9mm already have the upper hand on towards the team fight. And they will be abusing that situation as well because Gummy Worm is coming desperate for the minion, but will be dropped really low. Ada still
Ooh.
comes in though. The Retry is still here with the piercing strike, but not enough for now. And on towards the mid lane, it is going to be the wall still being popped off just to make things have a hard time for the side of Team 9mm before clearing the minions. But
Oh,
here comes Ada with the
okay.
piercing strike, but it is going to be Gummy Worm who will be surviving for now because there was not a clean vision coming in. But before that, though, still comes
You
in.
must
Powerful Knight
obey.
catches out Gummy
Wow.
Worm. It is going to be Fredrin though who will be blocked off from the wall, and with that, Sung Sung in a bad position comes in, immobilized, and it is the guard Rock who tried to save our Sung Sung, but she will be taken down before, and Sen though will
It
be
was.
popped up, will be catching her, and with that, it is the death for our Sen. No, she still survives with the three
Oh.
remaining, but with this though, the turtle will be falling on the hands of Team 9mm, and the side of Team Megatron Code City are left. But before that, shotgun actually goes in for that ambush, and it is a easy snipe, or not snipe, but what do you call it? Burst coming in from our Beatrix. Luna Bay already got getting a shock of that, not bazooka, but shotgun. That's way too impressive from the side of Team 9mm right now.
Yeah, definitely one of a good Wesker gameplay that we have seen right now into the early phases. You have think that the Beatrix might not be able to have a good time against the Iritel, but yeah. You will not be having a good time if you rotate together with the Iritel. But what will happen if you are into the boost as well, trying to get an
Oh
M
my
boost
god.
onto her? Yeah, that's the answer to the the rotation. Well, the Iritel that we are seeing right now. But on the other hand, though, it's very impressive that Gummy Worm has been ganged upon by 9mm rather than going for the goal lane instead, because they know
Mhm.
that Gummy Worm can eventually become a problem because he has been so much of an impactful player onto this Lapu Lapu, able to create a lot of spacing for the team most of the time. And it's always her who have these joint potential onto those turtle as well. And this time around, I feel like at 9mm, they know very, very well how they'll be able to perform if they have a gank onto the XP side. Leave out the goal just a little bit, go for the XP gank first and try to focus onto your goal lane. Because the thing about the Beatrix is the stack is going to be through, but
Oh.
hey, that's going to be a ton.
Yup, the tectonic charge comes in, and it is going to be Sen, which will be taken down. She was ambushed in a 4v1 scenario. Luna Bay forced to use the sprint as well as the heavy
Wow.
crossbow. Will be forcing her back, but Immobilize still comes in, might be coming in
What?
with a Thorn though, and it is the Thorn which was caught off by the
Yeah.
Kata, and the kill secured by Xenia, and another fair trade, another win trade coming in from the side of Team 9mm, still on the lead with 6 kill on their hands. So 0 to 6 is way too wild, knowing that this is the grand finals here.
Yeah, there was a good rotation coming through from 9mm. You know, if you haven't known, it is actually Megatron who knocked 9mm onto the lower bracket. So the
Oh
vengeance is
man.
gonna be still into their brain, right into their head. The mental is serving, and it's actually very good that they're able to find it out. But you know, as early as the 5 minute of the game, the BOD already secured by the Beatrix here. Akiko
Mhm.
is actually rich in compared to Iritel here at this point, and I think this is gonna be actually doing a whole lot of favor for 9mm right now, and they'll be able to start onto this turtle yet again because the zone already coming through from Nancy is already
Mhm.
so much, and there's no way for Megatron to try to
No.
go in. Even if they try to go in, the tech charge is gonna be the only factor that they want to use it on, but it's very risky because the amount of crowd control and the damages that 9mm already accumulated, it's gonna be so hard to contest
Mhm.
against it.
Yep, it does. And Ada will be securing the turtle with the retribution, though Lapu Lapu tried to steal it off, but she does not have enough damage. And with this, the side of Team 9mm gets another micro on their hands, but the macro is still on towards the equal scenarios in terms of the turrets here because not a single turret has been destroyed. Oh no, the bot lane has been destroyed. My bad on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is going to be a one macro on the side of Team 9M that is going to be a really big of a lead because on towards the bot lane, it is the gold lane, and if the gold lane is completely broken off for the first year, then they can rotate pretty easily. But before that, Nancy providing the vision, but no follow up for now. And knowing that it is the Esmeralda on the 6 minute mark, she won't be having enough defenses and cannot go in for a lot of damages. But yeah, with this Debbie, we can already see a huge impact coming in from the side of 9mm.
Yeah, a huge impact because they have their rotation prior into the early game as well, and they were too much focused onto the XP side rather than the gold side, and that kind of gave them a
Hmm.
little bit of a lead. The objective takes as well,
Exactly.
and when you take out the objective onto the Fredrin, you are able to tank out the damages, and you will be able to get those tankiness and be the damage soaker, and your backlines can hit through. And the fact that they have Jenya onto this Kimi also plays a very important role right now. You know, because you'll be in front of her, standing there, and Jaina will be free hitting onto this Kimi nonetheless, and that's definitely going to be the damages that Megatron might not even really try to focus on. But hey, top lane, Gummy.
Oh. Yep, Gummy Worm comes in with the bravest fight and the raging slash. It will be making a survive, but the top lane force here is in danger. Heavy crossbow coming in, though the wall might be coming with the AOG with bazookas all, and it's going to be a tech charge, which will be missed off with a flicker off for now with the attraction pulse catching stand, and she will be taken down. She will be punished for that waste of flicker, catching almost no one because of that. Oh my, that was a really reckless flicker. But with that, the top lane force here will be in danger. Taunt comes in with the Starfall Knight catching two people immobilizing, and it is going to be Akiko, not Akiko, but Zenya who will be securing a kill, as well as Akiko getting down Gummy Worm. And with this, the side of 9mm making a huge gap on towards the map here.
Huge gap into the map and to the kill and into the goal as well. All into the favor of 9mm right now. The mid lane is the only surviving factor of this game right now for Megatron. Hey, tech charge onto Akiko. It's going to be a little bit of a zone that they are trying to go for. Not much of an engage that can come through as well. But hey, it's going to be okay right now because they are going to have a little bit of a scaling hero onto their side. But then again, the blue buff actually getting stolen upon. So it's gonna be another deny onto the goal, 6k goal lead onto the hands of 9mm right now. Akiko 0 deaths so far, and with this farm still high onto her hands, it's definitely gonna be hurting her for a lot. But 30 stacks onto the Kimi man, he's definitely getting all the farms that he's requiring. But yeah, it's gonna be enough, you know, to take down the frontliner as well as the backliners for them. But on to the other hand, I feel like Panda is not having the spaces that she's gonna be needing with the Yushin.
Oh, Yishin Chin though with the Mountain Shocker will be surviving for now and will be able to defend because of the CC immune. But before that though, the taunt onto a Sen will be immune as well because of the passive, and it is not going to be any engages. Discipline forming up from the side of Team 9mm, knowing that any reckless engages would be the most harshest reality that they will be struck up with. And before that though, Nancy is still coming in. AOG will be cancelled, not cancelled but dodged by it. And before that, it is going to be the attraction pulse catching stand, but the top lane second tier will be dropped down on the hands of 9mm, just recalling, just opening up a more map area for them, and they will be rotating onto the map really easily. But YSS still trying to give out a lot of, what do we call it, lane clearance. Not having a lot of lane pressure would be a good choice in this scenario because they are already behind the farm here.
Yeah, this is why you kind of have to play out. You are forced to play out the macro, but it's also very impressive to say that Panda has been, you know, able to reach out to the levels that Ada is on, even though they are actually so behind. So they can play around with her like this. But hey, it's gonna be a stun.
Oh, yep, here comes those Zen in a bad position. Taunted as well as Gummy Worm, but before that, all comes in from Beardsley with the bazooka. But Zenya will be securing the kill with the Sky Pierce, and there was a really heavy hitter basic attack from Kimi. And before that, it is Gummy Worm who would be trying to stall out any damages that she could, but not for now though, because Gummy Worm does not deal any damages when it comes towards the EXP Lapu Lapu, knowing that she needs to go in for defenses. But Mountain Shockers, Zenya will be stunned down, but not enough because no what do you call formation has been built up from the side of MCAT here.
Yeah, this is actually very, very crucial for them to play out the macro factor here. Luna be onto the top lane and being sent to play for a little bit of a macro right now. It's gonna be in favor for her, but then she's actually still behind the goal. 5k is what she has, so it's gonna be taking out the damages as well. And the fact that she have the first item has its clause, that's for survivability. There's not much of a damage that she's gonna be having. Of course, the Windtalker will be worth it, but you kind of need the Berserker or the ZDS to try to be that main damage source. And in this point of a time, I don't feel like it's Panda is also actually ready. And this is gonna be important right now. And now that we can see that the law is taken by the side of 9mm, they might want to focus a little bit onto this lane syncing as well. You know, the fact that Carapai already gotten the blade armor is also very, very much prior. It's so much of a value. And you know, even this even this Sung Sung right now onto this Javier, she have only 2 items onto her kit, and that's not gonna be enough damages right now. But you know, the fact that the Javier is so good with the Lord Kangsu when she can, you know, stack out a little bit, that might be the start of something, you know, of an opener for the map.
Yep, exactly. But they try to catch in the Sen here, but she is a tank. You know, she is a chunky Grog who is a Titan at the same time. So yeah, with that, Titan will be surviving, and Sen will be living another day. But before that, shield will be popped off onto the mid lane right before the second wave of the minions will be arrived. The mid lane will be in a pressure, but top lane, Holy Shield will be there, dropping Lord on the half HP bar, and with that, it is going to be none other than the God of Khazir who would be coming in, just putting up damage. Before that, another engage coming in. Sky Piercer will be securing the kill onwards, then Zenya will be the one securing the kill, and with that, Founding Shocker, but before that, the Starfall Knight will be immobilizing, not letting anyone give out the follower for the side of 9mm to be securing their lives for now, and with that, the Holy Shield will already be popped off, will already be taken down. The bot lane, it will be gone anyways because the 12-minute mark is already here. The next batch of minions from the mid lane, but it is going to be secured for now. But I am expecting the lanes to be pressurized from the side of Team 9mm for now.
Yeah, they can actually do that, and the law is gonna be what they will time. But Akiko right now doing something very, very technical here. Nah, you gotta. Okay, there you go. The reason. That's the power of the Yi Xunxian. You have the reason. It was almost a great successful in boost as well because the positioning was actually in favor for her. But nevertheless, it's gonna be a DS engagement coming through. But never mind. And Nancy very healthy with the HPs onto this Esmeralda. She'll be able to get all those skills onto the Lapu Lapu as well as the Grog, which have a very, very good value for her. So she doesn't really care. She can go in. She does not have the she won't be taking any damage from Edital, right? Because she's not farm. And she's already gotten the dominance as well. So Oracle too, that's a lot of heal that we are talking about. But 50 stacks onto the hands of the Kimi Genia right now. With the monster kill that she already have close to red legendary and the godlike, it's still definitely gonna be her who is the main source of damage weapons. And Akiko this time around will have to take the back foot, and she will be the one who is more into the objective style and give out the damage into the hands of Genia right now. But the Lord is what they have to focus on. It's not gonna be evolved just yet, but still in favor of 9mm.
Exactly. Ada still coming in though, trying to deal out any damage that she could, but before that is going to be attraction force and the wall blocking the what do you call blocking distance for Ada to be walking in, and with that the Lord is going to be contested. Luna but is still trying to destroy any micro that she cannot macro here. It's going to be any macro that she would be destroying, but before that the Lord will be secured onto the top lane. Nancy comes in, will be securing the bot lane before it goes down, but before that on towards the jungle area, on towards our mega they will be coming in with the engaged mountain chocolate tectonic charge popped up, but then going in the wrong direction. You had to go on towards your teammates rather than the enemies, and with that no follow-up from the side of Team MCAT, and it is going to be the tank Sen who will be taken down right before the Lord arrives, and you do not want to lose your member, the precious front liner before the Lord arrives. And with that it is the Lord marching down from the mid lane, and a really disciplined line coming in from the side of Team 9mm. Lapu Lapu comes in, though raising slashes, trying to go in for Akiko, but he will be punished. But he will be punished for that. Gummy Worm will be taken down, and with that the Lord will be secured for now, but Bazooka still comes in. Crystal just just being marked down, but minions are still standing up. But it will be destroyed, and with that, the bot lane's inhibitor will be taken down. The minions, next batch of minions still coming in. Luna Bay just soaking up any damage that she got, as well as dealing out. And with that, Sen will be here blocking down the wall. Nancy having a single way, but she is way too chunky for now, not being taken down for now. But with that, Yushin finally comes in with the high damage that he could, and Panda will be securing the kill on towards Nancy. The final destination death coming in for Nancy. Not a good sign, because with this, we can actually see the side of Team 9mm will be facing a little bit of the frontlining issues now.
Yeah, that was actually a very, very good kill that they will be able to. Because when you are onto the lead, you do not really want to lose out any member. Berserker and Malefic raw gun into the hands of Lunabe already, so it's gonna be a little bit rich. But yeah, at this point of the time, Akiko is already so ahead onto the goal as well as the itemization too. So they got to be careful. They did not really wanna go overextend for 9mm. I mean, because already Lunabe have a damage, and of course onto the hands of Honda as well onto this very SS. But never mind. I think yeah, they should not engage right now for 9mm because the Lord is what they wanna go for. Do not try to go for an avoid jealousness. They have to stay disciplined. The inhibitors are all gone for Megatron, and if they
Mhm.
are able to get this lot free and square, they'll be able to end the game easily. But the thing is, the Lord is very, very late, so they got to freeze onto this
Oh,
kill
that was
instead.
such
What?
fair fight.
Okay.
That was reckless. I mean, she definitely faced a little bit of a technical issue, I guess, on her end, but the AOG was a bit too late. Maybe it was cancelled out
Yeah,
because of the amount of chain stun
yeah,
that
yeah.
came in. But yeah, that was a brutalist way that you can ever imagine, when you are getting ambushed. Just imagine you are peacefully walking in trying to give out vision, and there is boom, five enemies already hiding in the bush.
That's right.
But oh, same is going in for Sendo. She came in to check out the bush, forced to use the flicker, and with that attraction pulse comes in, she will be securing it out, though she will be running out from that attraction pulse. Nancy once again isolated, might be coming in for her Z, but no, not for now, because the wall will be taken off, and Nancy will be running off without taking up any damages onto her HP bar rather than the shield.
Yeah, I think this has to be a contest for Megatron. They should try to at least stop and chase away 9mm from taking power because we have the best way, but never mind.
Oh, yep, you can already see Zenya taking down Gummy Worm here, and with that, it is going to be Lenabe who will finally be shutting down Zenya with her heavy crossbows, and it is Nancy who is still harassing Arsene as well as Batanda will be taking up his own death, his own grave will be dug up by himself, and with that, we can see Lunabe actually being taken down by Kurpai. The revenge finally comes in for the ambush, and with that, Sten follows down herself as well, and it is going to be the 1v5 scenario, the 1v4 scenario, and Sun will not be able to do much before the crystal being taken down. And with that, the side of
Oh,
the 9mm will be securing the crystal, and it is the first game of the BO5 series, and it was an absolute dominance that just played out. I mean, the absolute description of the skill the hero mastery just played out. And right off the early game, the shotgun we saw there, though, Debbie, that was way too
yeah.
intense.
Intense indeed, definitely. Because I feel like 9mm do know the code for Megatron code apricity. They know that Gummy Worm have to be caught in a prison, right? She should be baited to stay in one lane so that she will not be going out and go make for the setup for the team. And this is exactly what 9mm are doing. They are focusing onto the XP laner first and trying to take her down and make her useless onto those team fights. Because when your XP is dead, and the other Expelliarmus is already very healthy with level 4s and all. He cannot really go for the contest onto this turtle, and the jungle is going to be really having a bad time as well. And the fact that Ada is actually onto the utility too, she really doesn't care if she goes in or not, and that's exactly what they are doing to the top lane, and that gave them leeway to start for the turtle. And when they start the turtle, the goal was already so good onto their side, a lot of damage already potential coming through, and it's actually weird enough to see that Nancy is the one with the most damage, and they have two marksmen onto their side. The utility is the one who got the damage. It's actually amazing because if you see the team fights here and there, the rotation wise, it was so well calculated. They were going in trying to use their hero into their full potential too, and they also
Mhm.
understand that, right? They did not go for the fights unnecessarily. They went for the fights when they want to go for those objectives, which is the turret,
Exactly.
either the turrets, the turtle, or especially most of the important one, the base.
Exactly. I mean, straight off the early game, we saw the macro being pushed behind from the side of Team what do you call Megatron Code Apricity, because they weren't able to be, what do we call it, make out for the gameplays that they were able to. And 9mm actually took out the advantage of that. They harassed Gummy Worm there, and straight after that, they went in for the gold lane side and destroyed the turret. And after that, Beatrix actually got the free rotation and was able to double up her farm by clearing minions from two or three lanes whenever she goes, whenever she wants to rotate. And she actually got her items really early on, like we saw on
Yeah.
towards the six, not even six, but 3 minutes mark. We saw the, what do we call it, BOD being made up. But yeah, with that, the
Yeah.
Beauty actually got the most upper hand there. But what do you want to say about it, though, Debbie?
That was actually amazing, right? Like, if when you
Mhm.
have a very expensive item already under 5 minutes onto a Beatrix, you're already ahead. And I kind of blame it onto the turtle, that has been taken again and again by 9mm and a little bit of a gang that Akiko was doing onto the bot lane side and to the small boost where she was able to boost and assassinate Luna Bay out of the picture. And when Rizal is behind onto all of those goals, she cannot be that much of an aggressor into the lane, especially against the Beatrix. So yeah, they played the cards very well. And this is the first time that in this tournament that I can see the Irrital losing out in the lane against the Beatrix. Very well played for both of the teams. So we'll see how they'll be able to draft into the second game though, because second game is gonna be important here because first game best of five, the series will be dragging on, but then experience level, their their reading, their mentality, everything will be onto their heads right now. Game one was show dominance, but game number two might be completely different.
Exactly. I mean, we are waiting for that same exact scenario here because the draft actually revolves the 40% of the game while the execution goes in for the 60%. And that would be the most amazing scenario that we would want to see. I mean, especially knowing that there is a chance of making up a comeback and just going for the lead as well. So it all depends on how the things goes for now. But before that, though, the things that are actually being played off from the side of Team Megatron Code City needs to be followed up by the draft as well as the way that they rotate, because on the previous game we did not saw the side of team, what do we call it, Megatron actually go in for the rotations that they should have gone in for and actually lacked off a lot.
Yeah, and we can see through there, right? It was actually very very obvious where it came from too. And I feel like this time around, if you want Gummy Worm onto this Lapu Lapu, right, you want her to be ready, you want her to be there, you want her out of the lane, you want her into the team fights most of the time. So we'll see what they can do into the second game, because I feel like both of the teams have a weakness of each other and know each other too. So when the bands are coming through, when the picks are coming through as well, we might eventually see them understanding the opposition so well. Because I feel like, the Kimi was also one heck of a problem for Megatron.
Exactly.
Of course, they pick up the thing I hated about the draft from Megatron was the Javier against the Kimi nonetheless. In the meta where the early game heroes mid laner are on the rise, you cannot play the Xavier, right? You cannot play out the Xavier because the Xavier is a scaling hero. You do not come online until and unless you got at least 5 items onto your kit and you are supposed to have a very very good frontliner too. And the Grok is there, but the Grok is a very active roamer. You want an equally active mage onto your side if you want the Grok to work. And the Grok setups are always there. The knockouts, the damage was less. The crowd control is there. The damage was not there onto the hands of the Xavier. So it kind of, it was more of a favorable matchup for 9mm into the mid side already. So if it was any kind of different hero, I think they could match up because the clearance that the Grok provide into the mid lane is so on point. It's almost better than the Gatot also.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And as the roamers also having a bit of the issues, the mid laner as well, though, if you're talking about, because because Xavier can not be a much favorable pick when it comes to the competitive series, because they require a lot of AOE, they require a lot of stunts and a huge area control as well. So that is what they need to be watching out for. And that is what we were lacking on the side of the Megatron Core Apricity. Going for a Xavier, it can give you the immobilize, but there is no stun. They are still able to cast their skills, they are still able to just run off from your skills and avoid you at all times. So that's not the thing. You want, when you are playing a mage, when you're playing a mid laner, you want to go for something which can actually burst down, not give your enemies the chance of giving out the reaction, and also have a huge area control where you can just stun down your opponents and give out the much better options rather than just waiting for your teams to be giving out the set so you can burst them down. So yeah, that's the side of Team Megatron Apricity. If they just change out that what do we call it, mage, it could have worked out really amazingly for the side of Team Megatron Apricity with the Grok, but nonetheless they still played out a really wise move. But Akiko, I'll have to give out the head start for like just not letting the Irithel farm at all and having the most amazing pressure on the goal lane side rather than even though knowing that Beatrix is not the early game hero, she still managed to make out the Beatrix work out really wisely, especially
Yeah,
with the shotguns combo. The three hit actually made the Irithel fall down her grave really in just a matter of second.
that's what. And that kind of becomes a problem for Megatron, right? If you cannot win out into the lane when you have a winning side, you kind of struggle into the late game as well. And the openings and the amount of spacing that Xenia and Akiko were provided, that was too much. And of course, there were times where there was a good set almost coming through from the Grok, from uh, Panda as well. Yeah, they were able to have those mountain circle and the stuns too. And I feel like it's actually the lack of mid lane damage that that you don't wanna use, because most of the time when you play a Yi Shenxun, right, you might wanna have a good carry onto the mid lane, and
Mhm.
the Xavier is not that, because the Xavier can be a carry in the late game when you have a utility into the jungle, but not when you have an assassin marksman into the jungle, man. It's really not worth it most of the time. But I feel like 9mm did understand that it could be that they could be going for a scaly potential, so they are banning away the Farsa, right? And the Farsa was a very, very good option to go when you are with a Yi Shenxin or against a Yi Shenxin. So they were actually banning in the way. And as I feel like the Kagura could have worked too, because the Kagura also have the damage into the early game in combination with the Grok. It's definitely one important pressure that they will be creating to the mid side. But yeah, it's we might see a little bit of a different draft into the second game, because I feel like both of the teams are gonna be ready, and they're gonna have to go in directly and see how they can change that into the draft as well, because I feel like MCAT, the last pick, should be read upon. They can try to counter into the last phases of the picks and go for the comfort into the first two. That is how you should be able to find good drafting.
Exactly. But yes, with this, we'll be in the drafting section, and this time 9mm actually got the first pick. And maybe this time MCAT would be taking up the opportunity for having two picks rather than one this time, and they can pick off some other heroes. I mean, the Grok was a really amazing hero, knowing that he can actually just give out a huge AoE stun, give you the airborne effect, and just go in for a clean, what do we call, combo, which could have worked out. But sadly, on the other side, 9mm actually got in for the domination. But this time, Ada would be banning off the
My
Angela
kiss.
here, which
Your
was
team will
Ada. Okay,
grant
it is going to be Ada who
immortality
would be banning off the
or
Angela here, and a
death.
really amazing ban because of the hard guard was. I mean, like whenever the hard guard is there, it gives out the actual potential, and combining it with Headed, the Chrono Dashes shield is a really, what do you call it, annoying type of combo that I'll be seeing at the same time, a really OP combo. So yeah, with this, the side of Team Gummy Worm would be banning on, not the Gummy Worm, but Megatron Code Apricity Team Gummy Worm will be banning off the Alice. But Debbie, what do you think that MCAT should be banning off here for the side of Team 9mm to be facing a bit of the issues here? Mhm. But anyways, before that though, Zenya would be coming in for the bans here. 10 seconds left on the clock for the side of Team 9mm to be banning maybe something like a Lapu Lapu if they don't want to go for it and give out the respect for
Butterfly is
Gummy Worm. But no, it's
born
going
by
to be
the wish
Zushin, which
is
will be banned
guided
off from our
by
Zenya.
lantern's
And
light.
a really interesting ban I'll be seeing, because usually a Zushin on the mid lane is
Okay.
really annoying. And this time a 1-0 score. Yep. But Debbie, like I was asking, what do you think would be a best optional ban coming in from the side of Team MCAT for 9mm to actually face issues?
They can actually ban out the Basha, the Fredrin, and the Fanny altogether. I'm just saying, man, it's true. Just ban out those three heroes and focus onto the jungle hero for Ada. And maybe they can let go of the Granger because Lunape is so amazing onto those Ithaca as well. The first games he wasn't able to do that much, but I still think she'll be able to perform onto that hero, you know. But yeah, the Basha should go. But it's kind of funny that 9mm they are so consistent on banning the Angela because I know for a fact Carapai does not play the Angela. She plays for a setter for the initiators, and I won't be surprised if she goes for the Cho as well because that's her kind of hero. But nevertheless, they could remove another, which can be a Grog. I don't think the Grog was that much of a problem for them in the first game, but still, it's a risk that they don't want to give up. But hey, it can be a Amon ban as well because Panda has been spamming the Amon, so I feel like they kind of read that out also.
Yep, exactly. I mean, on the previous game, we did saw Panda's Amon actually being banned off, and maybe this time as well. But no, it's going to
Oh,
be Nathan instead. The Nathan would be picked banned off from the side of Team 9mm and Megatron Code Appreciate. They need to watch out for what they are banning off because they have two of
yeah.
their picks because they will have two picks on the early phases of the picks here, and it would actually give them a huge advantage just picking off two metas rather than one. So yeah, the side of Team 9mm, they need to make the selection really wisely this time.
Wisely, they should, man. It's okay though because this time around for Megatron, I feel like they should. Oh man, they can't ban the Fredrin here. They should ban the CC because it will be easily picked up by Nancy here. It's kind of funny to say that the CC is always banned and it's never been let go. The one time that I can see that
Ego.
CC was open was into the hands of the of SDES Caesar, and that was it. And no, it's gonna be the CC right now. If you completely ignore the CC, they kind of respect the Daniel's hero rather than Nancy's hero. So the CC is completely let go. Still gonna be a flex because I know for a fact that Nancy and Akiko both they will be able to play the CC too. So it can be a flex here. Gummy Worm right now. Can they go? I don't think she will go for the Lapu Lapu now, right? Amon is open,
Mhm.
but do you want the Amon in the first phase? I don't think so.
I mean, knowing that there is a Gatot Kacha, but yeah, Gummy Worm can pick it off. But if Gummy Worm wants to pick a Gatot Kacha on the EXP side, I'm pretty sure that Nancy can actually burst Gatot Kacha down. And talking about it, the Panda would be swapped onto the Xbox. No, despite the fact that there is a Amon open, but I guess it's going to be a switch on towards the gold lane. What do we call Xbox, or maybe on towards the EXP because we are still unsure about the Xbox. If yeah, we can still see Panda on there. So yeah, Panda might be going in for the jungle, but before that, Xenia and Kirpai would be coming in for the picks, and it is going to be Xenia hovering on
Okay.
towards Lunox, which is a really amazing pick, knowing that she can
Yeah.
burst down the Paraga armor as well as Gummy Worm with that Chaos Orb, and Kirpai for the roaming. There are a lot of heroes open, like even the Hylos could be a perfect pick here, knowing that the Glorious Path. Oh, but Grog is open up, though I did not realize it, and here we go.
Yeah.
Grog
There we
is
go.
in.
Grok. But still, the Xbox is a flex, right? It can go into the XP if push come to shove. But one thing, Jeff, the Fanny is open here, but they went for the Grok instead. So
Mhm.
they cannot play the Fredrin right now because the Xbox is already available. So it's gonna be a ban onto the Fanny too. But now for Luna Bay, is it they could prioritize onto this Flex again. What is good? The CC is already. Oh wait, will they? Should they play the Yuzhong? Because I feel like the Yuzhong have a good time against the CC in comparison to other
The
heroes. Though.
southern seas are my
On the
domain.
Mhm. On the early game, we can definitely see Yuzong actually hitting hard on against that CC here,
Yeah.
just like how you guys should be hitting up that like and subscribe button, guys. Go ahead, be sure to like and subscribe for the channel as more amazing tournaments will be coming in. And after the Queen's Legacy, we'll actually be seeing the Mythic Showdown Season 2, which will be a blast as well. But yeah, with that, like how Debbie was saying, a Yuzong would be a really great counter against CC. But yeah, on the early game, definitely works out. But as the game
Mm,
progresses, Yuzong actually gets harassed against that CC.
yep.
So yeah, it's quite a gamble I'd be seeing, though Yuzong can mark down the backliners. But he also gets picked off really early on, and I'm not a big fan of Yu
Oh,
Zong when it comes to the team fights, especially against a Grog. But oh, Luna Bay though, rather than knowing that Megatron Code City had the first pick on the second drafting phase, they still decided to ban the Idrisil here.
mhm.
Oh wait.
Interesting, interesting. I would have thought that it could be a Fanny ban here for sure. Because I feel like the CC is still a flex. Dare I say, the Lunox can still be a flex, but it's definitely gonna be more. It definitely goes into the hands of Genya more than Akiko, so it will be a mid lane here, so it's okay. But now for nine meow meow, they wanna remove out the 1-1. I feel like they want to play the CC into the goal and play the Yuzong into the XP
Mm-hmm.
side. I mean, that's my thought. That's my thought. And get a Fanny into the mid lane because at that point also they can play for the Lunox for the late game. She's a scaling hero, and they already have the Grog already, right? So that's gonna be a very sick move. But hey, it's gonna be another marksman that's being banned by Megatron, and it's gonna be onto the
Oh.
target for Akiko, right? So are they forcing her to go for the CC into the goal so that they can play the another hero into the goal as well, which is the fighter, maybe the Ruby too, because it's still the assassin is still out there.
Exactly. A lot of heroes are still open up. Maybe they can let Ada actually go in for the YSS once again, not once again, but they can let Ada actually go in for the YSS and let
Yeah.
Akiko go in for the CC on the gold lane and maybe pick off
Yeah.
something like Esmeralda, because Esmeralda is still left open and CC on the gold lane
Mm.
is a menace of her own, and she can hold off her ground really easily as well. But it is
Oh,
going to be Nancy banning off
that's
the
not okay.
Lancelot and a lot of marksmen from the side of Team NCAT actually being banned as well, which is going to be Idithil and the Granger. So maybe they're forcing a Kiko on towards some other marksmen or the CC goal lane, which is a possibility, but at the same time, if we expect Gummy Worm on towards the Gatot Kacha on the EXP side, then that's a issue as well. But yeah, let's see how the
Yeah.
draft goes right now.
True. I feel like Panda should be the one using the Xbox, right? It cannot be into the hands of Gummy Worm here. So let's see
Mhm.
how they'll be able to approach this draft because so far the fanning is still available for grabs and Ada might be picking it up directly, man. Come on, this is a carry without any crowd control. Wait, 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 wait. Come on.
Oh,
Carapai,
wait.
is it gonna be a jinx? I was talking about the tarot, but not into the hands of Nancy. It's rather into the hands of Carapai that I was talking about. But hey, I'm not complaining if it goes into the XP also because still the XP is yet to pick out for Megatron, right? They already pick up the the carry, which I'm very skeptical about because looking at the draft for 9mm, they have the dive, they have the possibility to go in as well. Oh my god, I think if they pick out this
Mm.
Yuzong right now and the Fanny all together, I might be right onto the combination that 9mm are gonna go for.
Oh man. Wait. Ruby is being held upon. Don't tell me it's going to be a
Nah,
Ruby on the
nah, nah,
jungle.
nah. It's gonna be
Yeah,
Fanny, bro. It's gonna be
yeah.
Fanny. Yeah,
That
let's
was a
go.
tough
This is
one
the
for me.
combination I wanted, man. The
Oh
Yuzong,
man.
right? Because they let go
Uh-huh.
of this marksman. So, oh my god, now they are gonna
Exactly.
have to play for Genya. It's okay.
Man, this draft coming in from 9mm is actually really intense, and they are actually having the upper hand as well because on the gold lane, we can already see that Lunabe will be getting harassed by Ada on the early game sections because Lunabe will not be having the greatest moment of her life, even though she will be having the range advantage. She won't be able to just cover up for that dashes coming in from the second skill of Ada and not Ada but Akiko. And with that, we'll be seeing the Fanny on the jungle side and the side of Team Megatron Presidio. They actually went in for Gummy Worm onto the EXP, which will be getting harassed by Yu Zong, knowing that his passive can actually is actually dealing out the HP based damage. So yes, with this we can see Nancy having another upper hand on towards the EXP side, and Ada will be having a much better option, knowing that the side of Team Megatron Presidio don't have enough counters for her right now.
hmm So, one thing I would like to say, Jeff, is that the Gatot into the XP. Not man, I'm not a big
Exactly.
fan of this. I never like a Gato in the XP, man. Come on.
Same
It's
here.
a hero that you want him to be all over the place. Not stuck in the lane, laning against the Yuzhong. Because the Yuzhong will be able to have the better claims and able to get the start into the early game. Because most of the time, Yuzhong wins out a lot in lane. Especially even if you put it with a low, slow-moving heroes like Dagato with the damage, that's gonna be lacking. But we'll have to see how they'll be able to perform here because this time around, second game is what we are gonna be getting into, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Welcome to
And
the land of dawn. It's gonna be 9 Meow Meow going against Megatron
yep.
code Apricity. Game number 1 already secured by 9 Meow Meow. Game number 2 is what we're gonna be seeing right now.
Exactly. The first game was a dominance coming in from the side of 9mm, and I'm not expecting the same for the second because I want to see the bloodbath, the fifth game that will be arriving. Just imagine both the teams winning 1-1, and it is coming down to a tiebreaker. My oh my, that is exactly what I'm excited for. But let's see how the game goes because right now we can already see the draft is being quite at the edge for the side of Team MCAT right now. They haven't drafted really accordingly to how the game should be going. And we can see Nancy actually harassing Gummy Worm on towards the minions farming side. And it is what is actually going to happen whenever you pick a Gatotkacha because the Gatotkacha on the EXP has already ran
Mm,
out here. He does not shine on the EXP anymore. There are other heroes like Lapu Lapu, Esmeralda, CC, Yuzong, as well as
yeah.
in some scenarios we can also see, what do we call it? I forgot the hero's name, but yeah, we can see a lot of heroes actually outshining Gummy Worm right now, who's on the Gatotkacha, and before that, it is Engage. Nope, not for now though.
Yeah, it's gonna be an okay one, but fast rotation onto the bottom lane is what they want to because they know that with the Fanny they cannot really they should be okay with sticking to extended rotation, right? And
Mhm, mhm.
the Fanny will be all over the places, and the fact that there's a Fanny onto the hands of Ada means that they cannot. It's okay for 9mm to not win out any lane. They cannot really. They shouldn't. They should be happy with even not ganking because the Fanny can do the job there. They also all they had to do is stay for the objective, and that's the advantage of having a Fanny on your side. And because
Exactly.
of the classic and 9mm star top
Oh.
lane gonna be there.
Yep, here comes the last Insanity though, and it will be
Ooh,
a
nice.
Kiko who will be taken down for the first blood. Panda secures, but Faraga armor traded off, as well as the last Insanity. But the taunt comes in onto Gatot Kacha, will be having an AOJ, but for the team fight though, because she does not want to waste it out, a major resource. But before that, it is the turtle which will be bursted down, which will be melted down by Ada, as well as Xenia and Arcade Pie. And before that, we can still see the retribution onto Fanny might be coming in for the
Yeah.
invade for the purple buff, and they might be
Yeah.
securing it as well because the retri is there.
Oh
But no, she
no.
misses out. The AOG still comes in. The Faraga armor is still on. Last Insanity comes in. Will be giving her enough HP, but the Black
Well,
Dragon pops up, going onto the backside. Panda in a bad situation. Killer drop comes in. Will be taking down our Xbox the Panda, which will already be dropped really low because of the Faraga armor popped up, and
oh.
he will be there. And that the Gummy Ball follows down the grave. Nancy secures the double kill with the wall coming in. Sung Sung will be pushed back, and she tries to go in for the backline, but the rough waves will not be a success right now.
Yeah, that's not going to be a success here, but onto the top lane, it's going to be a 1v1 situation that's actually appearing right now, and I feel like Akiko is actually winning out because this is, Ada?
Oh.
Okay, there we go. It was a perfect recall time for Luna Bay, and the fact that she is on killing spree is going to be immobilizing her too much. On a carry, you kind of want to go for the quantum chart so that you'll be able to have that movement which is going to be making out with the lack of mobility that the carry is going to be having, but it's going to be okay because you might be able to sustain our quite a lot into this team fight most of the time. But then again, on the other hand, the Fanny is still out there. No self peel for carry, and that's definitely going to be in favor.
Oh.
But hey, mid lane side, Jenya able to get a kill onto Sung Sung very, very easy. This is the rotation, the dream rotation you want to have when you have a Lunox and a Grok together. This is what we wanted right into the first game also when the Javier was appearing. If it could have been a damage like a Lunox, it could have really worked out. And this time around, it's actually into the hands of 9 Meow Meow, so yeah, they'll be able to secure all of those pressure onto the mid lane and even the turtle too.
Exactly. And speaking of turtles, turtle will be in the map in 5 seconds. But before that, Luna Bay in a bad position comes in with the healing, but not enough because Zenya will be on towards the Chaos Orb, and with that, will be coming in with the rough wave securing the kill onto Zenya. Finally, the revenge that was playing out from Sung Sung is here. She redeemed the revenge, and with that, the 4v4 scenario will be here. Even though the Goliness does not participate much, but this time Akiko will be here. With that, the dragon is onto the backside. Yuzong trying to deal enough damage, but Faraga armor already popped out because of the yo-yo. Dragon form popped up onto
the backside. It is going to be Ruby who will be taken down, and before that, the steel cables will be making sure that Ada actually survives and goes back without any casualties. Sung Sung though still hiding in Zenya on the wrong bush, but before that, Akiko will be taken down by Gummy Worm, but she will be punished for the same scenario, but not for long though, because AOG is there for the rescue, and she will be surviving with the slimmer of HP, and with that, the top lane first here might be taken down. The macro will steer from the side of Team Megatron for the opportunity, but the turtle will be traded off.
The second turtle onto the hands of Ada, and again onto this Fanny, right? And this is definitely going to be giving her the lead that she requires, but never mind. Jania trying to go in, have the chaos, but it's going to be not enough because Luna Bay able to survive all of this onslaught, but it's going to be the flicker that has been wasted upon her. But it's okay still because she can come back with that, and you know, that's marksman is what you want to have, one that is already enough, so it's going to be okay right now. But Sukso on the other hand trying to get a pressure onto the mid side, not able to do anything in this scenario here, because onto this Kadita you want to have a pressure onto the maps, right? And you want to have this control onto the map so that it'll be able to go into the bushes and go for those ambush most of the time, but that cannot really happen because of the presence of the Grok. He's always out there trying to check out the bushes, and a Grok with 2 items is already a very tanky tank. But top lane,
Oh, yep, we can already see a 3v1 scenario on towards the Gummy Worm will be forced to be using up the Revitalize as well as the AOG. She survives, but major resources burned down from her, and the turtle fight would be at a bay right now because she won't be able to defend the lane, nor will she be able to contest the Lord as she, or nor will she be able to contest the turtle as she should be able to right now. But we can see the 5x3 KDA coming in on towards the kill leaderboards, and it is coming in for like a discipline type of game right now because we cannot see much of the engages coming in, but whenever there is, it is actually the escape scenario coming in from the side of MCAT right now. But Gummy Worm once again isolated, no AOG this time as well as Revitalized, but will it be engaged though? Not for long, because it is a disengage, knowing that the side of Team MCAT are at a disadvantage right now.
you know, the fact that Nancy is actually going for the wall actually want to stay into the team fights, because most of the time in these recent patches, right, the Yuzong you usually go for the Hunter Strike and forget the War Axe completely and go for that something here. Luna Bay has to be careful. The wall, the texture, it's really connecting. Might be a damage coming through as well. One more hit is gonna be enough. Pie will be grabbing the kill onto the marksman. The bloom was there, Jeff, but what can you heal when you are getting bursted so early on?
Man, that was way too that was way too aggressive of a gameplay coming in from the side of Team 9mm right now. I mean, Luna Bay was caught exactly in her own jungle area, and that was the most
Yeah.
brutal punishment that the side of Team 9mm could have given her. I mean, just imagine getting bursted down on your own jungle area. But before that, though, the turtle is here. Black Dragon farm coming in, going in for the Florine, but he will be directing instead. Ada comes in, secures the retribution onto the turtle, but will be using up with the last insanity. Xbox still tries to go in. Third skill misses up, but Fanny coming in with the steel cable as well as cut, so Nancy will be securing the killing spree though, and with that Sung Sung forced to use the rough ways. But before that, it is another trade coming in from the side of Team 9mm. Not even a trade, but a fair clutch, not a fair clutch as well. I mean the words that I just trying to say, but it is going to be another ambush, not ambush, but a really reckless move coming in from Akiko. Comes in with the target, Clock will be redeeming, and with that the light orb comes in. Kerpai will be securing the kill on Gummy Worm, but with that Sung Sung will be traded off as well, and this is the gameplay that we want to see from both the teams here. I mean, 9mm, they're absolutely dominating right now.
Yeah, really dominance, and we are seeing that, and Kerpai and give her initiator on this, how this is going to be playing, definitely amazing. But this is also one factor that I want to talk about into this macro gameplay here. The turtle was what they wanna for Megatron. The turtle was what they wanna compensate with the death of Luna Bay, but they cannot really do it because then she was there with the Black Dragon. She was all in trying to zone away Megatron for the objective, waiting for Ada to come online as in have the HPs and get in for the retribution and the take on the turtle. And they were able to be successful there because they have a fighter onto the gold lane side and they are not weak. Akiko was able to zone out the members, able to zone out Sung Sung, and then onto the other hand too, there was Jenya with the damage coming through with the Lunox too, with a very low cooldown onto those ultimates. They were able to zone out from that turtle, and the last entrance coming through from Ada with the steal onto the turtle was absolutely perfect and all in favor of 9mm there, because I don't feel like Megatron have the goal lead anymore. It's all into the hands of 9mm now, and they are the one who instigate the fights. They are the one who make the forced mistakes for Megatron, and I don't think they'll be able to, try to continue going on for the fights again and again. Megatron, they want to play it slow, but 9mm, they want to force out fights all the time because they know that they are ahead in goal. They have an executor onto the side. They have a damage dealer onto their hands as well.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I mean, the draft, like we were talking about, it was a really intense draft coming in, but you don't want to go ahead and just pick off a HP based hero against the Yuzong special. I mean, you went in for the Gazot Kacha. You could have swapped it off for the Roam and go in for another proper EXP rather than going for the U or rather than going for a Gazot Kacha on the EXP because there is a Yuzong. You don't want to face a Yuzong with an HP based hero, and that is exactly what happened because Yuzong deals out enough damage when there is enough HP onto his opponents as well, and that is exactly what happened. Yuzong on the
Yeah.
map right now, she is not even what do we call it, dropping below half of her HP because of the amount of HP she's recovering from her own passive as well as the what do we call it, Dragon's Blade, and that is exactly the scenario we want to see on the EXP side as well. When EXP is dominating and knowing that the meta is revolving on towards the EXP side, this is how you want to play. The aggression, the damage, and the sustainability coming in from Yuzong alone represents how the EXP is dominating in the current matchup, and especially following up with the Lunox. Dozenia is absolutely around the whole map, following up with the Grog. So yeah, that is how the side of Team 9mm is absolutely just what do we call it, what do we call it, making the side of Team MCAT just what do we call it, kneel down on the kneel down and just think about how they should make it out for themselves right now, how they should redeem on the drafting itself.
Yeah, this is why it's important that you want to win onto at least one lane. And I feel like it's the draft, right? It's the draft that's coming through from 9mm that made it harder for Megatron to come back because, like I already said, right, the combination was actually read out. They wanted to go for the CC into the gold lane side so that they will be having a winning lane because CC going against any marksman into the gold lane is a win, and that's exactly what they are doing for. And Megatron, they were removing all marksmen here. They completely forgotten about the Yuzong, and that kind of put them in a very bad position. That when the Yuzong comes through, they cannot really handle out the Yuzong, even forcing out the Gatot to go onto the XP side because most of the time if you focus onto this Gatot, the Gatot should be in the roaming position. He should be everywhere around the map. He cannot be stuck into the
Exactly.
lane. And this time around, we can see 9mm, they'll be able to get that Lord without any contest.
Exactly, and that is how the side of Team 9mm will be coming in. But Panda, though isolated, forced to use the last insanity. Fanny comes in with the steel cables. Cutthroat might be here. Rovi forced to use the all, though, but Ada will be still securing the kill with the retribution. And with that, Rovi's will be getting the revenge, will be avenging their Florian. But before that, it is not enough because Black Dragon is still there. They are still going in for the fight. Panda survives with the silver of HP, but the chaos is there, and Akiko will be securing the kill onto us. But Worm and Luna Bay comes in for the rescue, but she will need rescue herself. And with that, the side of 9mm secures more objectives, more bodies for themselves.
Yeah, more bodies. What this is they want the objective onto their hands. They want the Lord without any contest because when you are ahead on goal, when you are ahead on to all of these objective too, you do not want to go for a 50-50 onto the Lord. You just want to go for the fight and get to obliterate any kind of contest coming through from the other side, and this is exactly what 9mm are going to be doing right now. The top lane is where the Lord is going to be spawning in, and this is what, and the mid lane is what they want to take down. And the outer inhibitor, this is the only one left, and they will be able to take it down. The top lane also, the Holy Blessing popped as well.
The Holy Blessing already down, and they have an opening for the top lane. Inhibitor to be taking it out as well as ending the game through that source of super minions, but not for long though because it is going to be Gummy Worm already coming in. Still having the AOG will be a burn over these sources, but this time she secures it. She does not want to waste it off, but the bot lane Holy Shield is also down, and with that the mid lane will be following in a matter of second. But before that though, the trades that are being played off, I would just like to say how Ada just sacrificed her life so that 3 people from the side of Team MCAT could actually be taken down. And if we look into the items, we can already see the War Axe, Pickles, as well as the Sea Halberd being built for Fanny, which is going to make her a big threat. And on towards the Lunox with the Sky Piercer, on towards 17 stacks, and finally Sum Sum gets the Genius One. But oh,
You know,
before
the
that,
Genius one.
another-
Okay. That's gonna be the last insanity coming through as well. And the tech charge connecting. Ada trying to go in with the damage coming through. The Fanny trying to go into the back lines, getting a kill onto Luna Bay. There might be something else onto the back lines because Jania will be able to grab a kill onto Gummy Worm. The AOZ was actually so late. I thought it was gonna be used as a defensive maneuver. But what an engage coming through from Karapai. Give out the
Exactly.
initiation. And this is how the C is gonna be creating all of those sets. What? It was amazing, man. Come on.
That was a absolutely unexpected engage that we just witnessed from Kurpai. I mean, the side of Team MCAT, they tried to go in for any type of engages, but Panda made a reckless move. She was isolated from her own teammates and forced to use the last insanity, but because of that, Luna Bay and Gummy Worm had to pay up the price. The tech charge actually caught two of them, and they were just taken down without any issues. And the side of Team 9MM having more lead on their hands now.
That's what, man, the lead that they're having is gonna be 9-4 because 9K goalie. But hey,
Exactly.
the Lord, the
Go
Lord
ahead,
is gonna be
go
what they
ahead.
want to focus on. But hey, it's gonna be okay here because for 9mm they can even delay the Lord, But it's what they want to end with the Lunas onto their side. They can blitz out the Lord very easily, and there won't be any kind of contest whatsoever coming through from Panda because I don't think she want to go in this big of a wall that 9mm has already created. The third Lord that they are having right there, and they want to end this game, but the inhibitor is what they'll be able to take. The most that they could do is open up 3 of these inhibitors, and the least that they can do is take 2 down. So they have to sing out the minions and freeze onto the mid side, get all of those long lanes coming through. And Panda, I don't think it's a very good decision to go for the poke this time around because the Lord is what they want to focus on. And worst case scenario for Megatron, the Lord is actually going to be coming into the top side. The mid lord is
Exactly.
actually easier to defend, right, rather than the top lanes.
I do agree. Rather than the side lanes, we can already see the lane saying being built up from the side of Team 9mm here, and that is the thing you want to do whenever there is a opportunity. You can just sync up the lane with the Lord and go in for the engage. But before that, it is going to be the Faraga armor from Panda, which will be popped off. No last insanity and will be isolated with the immortality already being used up. But the healing will be making her sustain a little longer, but not for long. With Faraga armor will be there now because of the immortality, the second life, and with that, the last insanity will be saving Panda for now, but not for long though because Gummy Worm will be the one paying the price, dropping down his dropping down her HP with the Nexus being marked down. AOG comes in, but a lot still coming in. Nancy trying to mark down the Nexus though, and Fanny comes in 3 cables. Cutthroat, Nancy will be shut down by our Florine, but Nexus is still standing below half HP. With that, Luna Bay will be getting the kill on towards Ada, and this is the double kill following for her, and this is the power spike that we want to see from Luna Bay, but she was taken down because of that as well. But 3 for 1 trade that is just being played off here. The side of Team MCAT, they have upper hand. They have a chance of making a comeback here now.
Yeah, this is the only chance that they are looking for right now. What and Gates coming through with the AOZ. Yeah, still not disappointing, with the Gatot into the XP side. But nonetheless, it was a little bit of a zealousness into even 9mm. I had thought that maybe they would want to go for a take onto those inhibitors first because yeah, of course they should not even go here. Never mind, that's gonna be Panda and the Bloom coming through. AOZ connecting onto Genya does have the brilliant. So yeah, Gummy Worm, nice read, will not be trying to go for the engage right now. So it's gonna be a little bit of a breathing space on but the side of Megatron here. The game is dragging quite a lot for 9mm right now. This time around they should take the Lord, try to focus on taking down the bot lane inhibitor, and then crack the code.
Exactly. That is what we are waiting for the side of 9mm because the Nexus was dropped below half HP, and that would have been the end for the side of Team MCAT's second game here. But the side of Team 9mm was caught off guard because of the EOG that disrupted the whole combo. But because of that, Ada just came in with a reckless move, missing out the cable, and she will be punished for that. The Petrify and the Rough Waves combo actually just took out Ada in a matter of seconds. And with that, Sung Sung will be redeeming herself for the first game that Xavier messed it up. And with that, the Lord will be here, but the jungler from the side of 9mm is not there. Panda will be having upper hand onto the Red Barrel, but will it be enough? Because we can already see the slam coming in with the tech charge. Panda still there. Revitalize coming in though. It is going to be heating up Panda for a little longer, and with that Florine as well using up her HP, but Black Dragon will be going on towards her itself, and with that we can see the AOG coming in, catching no one for now, but it is going to be the Gummy Worm who will be isolated from her team. And with this we can see the MCAT still coming in though. It is the run phase within the Nancy of Nancy, and with that last insanity coming in, Light Orb, and it is still saving her Lunox though, and with that, the side of 9mm are crumbling apart because of the one mistake. Nancy was taken down, but Gummy Worm isolated herself because of that AOG, missed AOG, and with that Ada tried to clear out the minions, but not for long. The curtain close is there connecting Rovi as well as Panda, and with that, the side of 9mm are actually just making those slight, what are crumbling mistakes now.
Yeah, and you know the fact that Panda actually wasted her retribution to try to get a kill was not the best case scenario, man. Now it's gonna be a very 9mm right now. Wait, there's gonna be Panda trying to dive in, but it's with the retribution. The lore, but Jenna will be taking down a Panda yet again. That was an aggressive maneuver, man. You cannot really do that when you are behind and the team is nowhere near you. Panda, I feel like there was a saving grace that they were looking for, but they will not be able to find the Lord now. Will be much into the mid side, Jeff, and they might be able to end this game.
Exactly. This might be the ending of the game with the Lord marching in the mid lane, and the lane's already being synced up, and the bot lane will be destroyed up though. But the Lord and the top lane super minions are coming in with the Lord as well. Ada comes in with the steel cables. Will be caught up with the Prince of Fire as well. The immortality already popped up with the Lord just coming in, blocked up with the wall though, but onto the back line we can see Nancy catching two people, and with that, it is none other than Luna Bay who is just dealing out a lot of damage, but it is Gummy Worm who was taken down, and with that, the Nexus will be marked down, though it was Tsunabe who took out a few bodies there, but the Nexus was taken down, and 9mm secures the second game for themselves.
Wow, pure the way they were creating space for Ada to come back so that they will be able to get the Lord and get the objective. This was amazing, but still Panda with a little bit of a Hail Mary play not in favor. You know, I do understand the situation YSC was in. They wanted to get the contest onto the Lord because even if they give away the Lord and she dies, they could end. And even if she don't contest also, they could end the game. So it was a do or die situation. She have to contest, but the thing is she was actually very low onto the XP, and if she had that immortality, it could have been a scenario. But Ada was amazing with the fusion, not getting a way for uh Panda to go in and get that steal onto the Lord, because if and only if Megatron was able to get that Lord steal, they could have had a little bit of a breathing space, you know, and that
Mm-hmm.
might be their opening for for scaling too, because they have Luna Bay who's only focused onto the late game. But yeah, it wasn't worth it at the end. They weren't able to execute so well, but it's still more of a good macro and decision making coming through from 9mm. And look at this, our MVP Carapai 0 deaths.
Exactly. Kerpai 2011 KDA. Fanny did a lot of amazing job when it came to lane pressure as well as securing the objectives, and the red tree was at peak point, no matter what the
Yeah.
scenario was. Ada actually secured up the objectives, and that gave the side of Team 9mm a really huge chance. And talking about Nancy though, maybe it's a troll item coming in on towards the late game when the base was about to end. But yeah, like I was seeing, it was actually the Wardex that was built up really early on with following on towards the boots. As coming on to the items though, she went in for the queen swing. After that, she went in for that dominant size that gave them a huge opportunity for making up the team fight as well as giving her a lot of HP drain. So with that, we can see Nancy actually having the upper hand when it comes to a team fight as well as melting down the Faraga armor, though Xenia actually did a really amazing job with the Chaos Orb, just marking down the Xbox so that she won't be able to use up the last insanity. And that's exactly what happened. Before she was even able to use up the last insanity, her Faraga armor was already dropped dead there. And with that, we can see the second game actually been secured by the side of Team 9mm and Mega Code Appreciatively. They need to step up their game because without this game, they will be finishing it off.
Yeah, it's actually, borderline. But Megatron Apricot, they have to be, careful onto the third draft now, because you know what? This is what they wanna do, right? For 9mm, they wanna go for clean sweep. They want the Fanny to be opened, but they cannot really do that. Megatron, they have to go for a little bit of a good draft here.
Mm-hmm.
Ban out the jungles that we talked about. The
Yep, yep.
Fanny, the
the Basha and the Fredrin nonetheless. And the Fanny shouldn't be let go, because most of the time I can feel the pressure. Even though the Fanny wasn't there, the pressure was definitely coming from her. She was creating a lot of
Right.
pressure again, and that kind of give a
Mhm.
leeway for Karapai to go for the setups most of the time and get a pressure onto those maps as well, and get those bushes too, the vision on the bushes too, because when you see those, you cannot really, when you see a ground, you cannot really engage on him, because he's a very very good disengage tool, as well as a re-engager as well. So that's the priority of a grok. And Megatron right
Exactly.
now, they should, from what I think, they should ban out the bot, the Fredrin and the Fanny, force out Ada to go for a different kind of hero she's not comfortable on, and then that might be, that might be the only chance for them. And ban the CC too, ban the CC too.
Exactly. They need to ban out a lot of respectable heroes. But going off topic right now, I like the theme coming in from the profile picture from the side of Nine Meow Meow. Just look at their profile picture.
It's
Cat with
all meows, right?
not just meow. Look at that, the theme coming in. Maybe it's a cigarette or maybe it's something with a stick. But yeah, the theme though, it's really interesting. Just look at them.
That's why all are bad as, can I say that? Bad as? Okay,
Oh
never
man.
mind. Okay, Mega Cloud
Gangster shit.
Adversity, yeah. They have a little bit of a normal PFP, so maybe
Yes.
they might actually go for a normal damages too. Yeah, let's
Mm,
see
let's see.
though, because I think we might go for the third game, and it might take a little bit of a time. Should we take
Mhm.
a break, or should we stay? Okay, man, let's go.
Okay,
Fredo
no
said
breaks.
no rest for the casters. You have to hear.
Fair enough.
Alfredo, please. Never
Oh, okay.
mind. We're going for a break. I did not ask. He's giving us. By the way, so guys, before we go for the break, just remember to like the stream and subscribe to it as well. And if we reach 100 views in this tournament, it's gonna be the first time that the girls reach 100 views, and I trust you all guys to do that as well. So like the streams, I will be coming back earlier than usual, new created. So stay tuned for that.
You guys can just stay quiet for a while. Oh, Dio. Dio 7
Welcome to Double 11.
एडा है ठीक है आड़ा नहीं है
Amazing prices, amazing styles. Win big in Mega Draw. benefits.
दूसरा वाला वॉइस मेगा कोड लोग का तो लाइक मुझे प्रॉब्लम नहीं लग रहा है काचो का कैमरा ऑन है वॉइस ऑन है सब कुछ ठीक ही लग रहा है थोड़ा अजीब लग रहा है भाई कैमरा डब्ल्यू भाई मैं वो मिस कर देता हूँ Smooth stream is what matters. Fancy overlays and stuff. That's why. As long as it's smooth overlays. If it's not smooth, then it doesn't look good. Also doesn't matter.
Welcome to Double 11. Amazing prices, amazing styles. Win big in Mega Draw. Lowest prices, incredible benefits.
Let's go. 5, 4, 3. Let's go.
My kiss. Your team
And
will
we
grant
are back, guys, in the
immortality
Queen's Legacy,
or
being brought
death.
to you by none other than the Wardrum Games. This is the third game and decided for both the teams.
Let's hear from the
Either
crowd.
9mm will
Make
be
some
going for a
noise for
clean
yours
sweep, or is it going
truly.
to be the side of Team MCAT who will be securing a point for them and making sure that they can go in for a reverse sweep of their own. But yes, we are in the draft. In the casters deck, it's none other than your homeboy Jeff. Coming alongside me, we have Debbie, a most amazing caster who would also be analyzing, not analyzing, but doing the play-by-play this time.
Family requested, by the way.
Oh my
Wait, with
god.
the brooms I saw in the chat, Jeff, I feel like,
Uh-huh.
we might go for a clean sweep, but we'll never know. It can be, for Megacort, they can actually bring out a C9 thing, the BTK, the reverse sweep. We'll never know. Let's see what
Join
the, what the
in my
what this
dreams.
game entails, because this is actually already a match point for 9mm. One more win and they crowned the Queen's Legacy champion for the first season. But the bans are actually quite already read out. Ellie's always gonna be banned by MCAT here, and the Lunox. This is completely a reset ban for
Butterflies
Genia.
born by
Your
thy
team
wish,
is
Mhm.
banned.
I mean, the
guided
bans,
by
if we are looking
lantern's
on, so we can
light.
already see a Lunox, Alice being. Those are the
Oh.
most interesting picks that everybody wants to see. And talking about the side of Team 9MM, though, they come in, ban of the CC as well as the Lucian. I mean, I'm seeing the same pattern coming in from both teams. If they are not able to pick up the CC, they will be banning it off. And if they're able to pick it up, they won't play it out towards the max potential. But yeah, we did saw, what do we call it? Akiko played off really amazingly, even though she was being ganked off. And this time, we can see it being banned off. With the CC following up with the Lucian, I can see Ray crying in the corner, I'll be honest.
Yeah, he's got to, because the
need
Lucian is a
no
massive
protection
map,
from me.
bro. You got to be careful. But hey, the Basha too, right? The Basha is always gone. Will not be playing the Basha in the finals, man. They have been playing the able to reach out to this top because of the Basha, but hey, it's gonna be a signature ban. Come on, for 9mm, because I know for a fact that Karapai will never play the Angela even though it's open. I already said that, so why not ban it away? You don't want it into the hands of Mega Court Apricity too. But hey, onto the other side, they have the first pick, right? What is good here? What can they go for the first pick? Because from what I've seen, it's actually, you want to kind of stay for the comfort too, but the first pick is one of the most important.
I mean, yep, I do agree. The side of Team MCAT, they need to play off their comfort heroes if they want to go for the max win, because the more comfort
Muscle
you
of
have, the more
iron,
Your
game, what do we
bones
call,
of
the more
steel.
mastery on your hero you have, it is going to be the much better option on you guys rather than going for the flex and meta picks, which you don't know how to play. And with
Yeah.
this, the side of Team 9mm, they might actually go in for this pressurizing attention that is coming in from the side of MCATs here. They can go and just pressurize them more, picking off their own comfort heroes. I mean, like picking off your of their own rivals heroes come first, and
Yeah.
yes, that is going to be the most issue that will be coming in for Megacode. And with that, we can see Zenias, another signature I would be seeing, but it is kind of like a signature. The Kimi would be there. There's still a Grok left open for the combo with Zenia here.
Gimme and Grok again would be
calm and cool, just like
amazing
ice.
for 9mm. But if Kerpai wants to go a little bit different,
Thorns remain.
Oh, Ada actually
Tomatoes
gonna
fall.
go for. Okay, this is the first time I've seen the Lancelot
Oh,
being first picked by Ada here. Very, very confident because the two times that we have seen her Lancelot, they haven't been able to get the win. So I hope this time will be different. But for MCAT though, now that they
man.
see that Lancelot is there, should they go for the comfort on the
Payback
M1, or is
time.
it gonna be too early?
I mean, if we are talking about it though, Sung Sung is on the far side, and knowing that there is no longer a Gato Kacha for your opponents to be picking off, it is a
Yeah.
really amazing choice of pick that is coming in from the side of Team MCAS here. And knowing that she can also outrange the Kimi is
俺の
another
刃
plus
は
point coming in. And
Oh,
い
talking
つも
about it,
Kimi
闇
is
に潜んでいる
Panda
ぞ。
finally comes in, picks off the Hayabusa. And talking about Hayabusa, though, the backline is going to be hunted down pretty obviously, and it is a Lancelot. Against a Lancelot, Thornrose does cancel out the shadow kill, but it all depends on how the user is patient and how they cast their skills.
Oh my god, I don't know why, but I like the Lancelot going against each other. It's just
Uh-huh.
too dependent on the skills, right? Who
Exactly.
used this immunity first, and ultimate for the Hayabusa, the Thorn Rose
Welcome
for
to
the
Grok's
Lancelot, right?
Your
So
castle,
team
the
is
tiny
Grok was
banned.
friend.
actually a no-brainer for Karapai to be picking up. Now that there's no flex on board of this draft, Rome Marksman, no, Rome Mage and Jungle already picked up. I don't think they will be for
It is in
Megaton
despair
Mega
that
Court.
I
Your
They
see
won't
the
team
be
is
picking up
fondest
banned.
the
hopes.
Gatot into the XP again. So yeah,
Debbie, I
nothing.
want to ask you a question.
What?
Eh, like people are saying MCAT's hero pool is actually very small. Is it true?
I don't know because from I know for a fact that if you have more than three heroes into your hero, so
Hmm.
if Panda can play
We
the
are
M1 also,
Your
the
blue.
X1
team is banished.
and the Hayabusa as well,
Hmm.
man.
Uh-uh.
Okay.
Man.
No, I'm just wondering if it's true or not, you know. Just got interested,
It's
so I was
not.
asking that. Okay.
You know, I would like it. I would like a Lapu Lapu. Now that Fredo mentioned, Lapu Lapu is one of my hero. And if we talk about hero pool, even if it's
Let's
small, if you are
go.
able to
Your
have that
team is
comfort onto your
banning.
hands, like the Lapu for Gummy Worm and Iristel for Luna Bay, it still works, right?
Mhm.
Right, Jeff?
That's valid. Yep, exactly. I mean, it's all about how you master
Let
your
them
heroes and
play
how
the
you play them.
hero.
Even
Your
if you are a
team
one
I
is
will
who
be
can
the
have
picking.
your
truth this
heroes
world
master,
desperately
and it's not a hero
needs.
that usually gets banned off and is in meta. So yeah, it can revolve around that as well. But in maximum scenarios, though, like I know SVS, a friend of mine, Ahumi, man, he is a
Oh,
one trick Yen, though,
one
if
trick.
you know him.
Oh,
Uh,
are we talking about one trick? If we talk about one trick, I want to call out a one trick also.
oh, go ahead, for sure. Why not?
One trick, Carla, Miro.
Oh,
Well, he
video,
got
you
a
have to
bronze on
call
the
out.
hero.
Tell Nancy to come 1v1 chow with me.
Oh,
No,
oh,
Nancy. You want to challenge
oh, wait,
Nancy on the one? Oh my God. You
you
know
got a
what,
bridge
Jeff?
here.
If
Ooh.
this is true,
The
Fredo
hunt
will be losing
begins.
all the
Your
aura
team
because
is
he's gonna be
picking.
losing
Oh
against
man,
Nancy. I know for a fact.
Imagine trying to order farm and instantly losing it off.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's bad, Fredo. You don't challenge someone, you know?
Hmm. You can't. You really can't. You know what? The
Oh
thing
man,
is, dangerous grass is a challenge, by the way, because everything
no,
you do
exactly.
is gonna be a direct attack. But hey, we were having fun so much that the Iritel was banned and nice,
Oh
and then the
yeah.
youth on too. Wow. Wait, is this gonna be another fighter into the hands of Akiko yet again?
Oh, another fighter now we're talking about it. My, oh my, this is the Ruby on the gold lane, and she does deal out a lot of damage if we are talking about Ruby. And to counter it off, not a big fan of Granger on the gold lane, especially knowing that there is a
This land
Sankey
is our
hero and you do not,
Wow.
homeland, and it
and you
will
cannot
soon
give
be
out
a
damage.
burial
Look at that,
ground.
Gummy Worm
Enemies.
again on her comfort as we were speaking, that she plays out the Lapu Lapu really well, and this time she picks it off. But they leave
I
out a trump card for Nancy. Look at that.
The
Man, her
night sky
Esmeralda.
tells
Ooh, there we
all.
go, man. Esmeralda was there. I like to Lapu Lapu, man. I don't want the Lapu Lapu to lose in lane, and you shouldn't want it either. But it's okay. It's okay because I have two particular heroes that I like. It's the Yi Shen, whether it can be
Uh-huh.
in the losing side or the winning side. I like a Yi Shen, man, and a Lapu Lapu. So anyone who plays those two heroes are gonna be my favorite. So Gummy Worm, I'm gonna keep an eye on you. She's been able to play the Lapu
Oh.
so well, man. But against Night MM, apparently they are the kryptonite because they always pick out the Esmeralda against the Lapu Lapu, which on paper is the winning lane for Nancy right now. So Nancy is gonna be comfortable on this hero. So let's see what they'll be able to do here.
Exactly. As per what we know from the Meta, man, it usually just works out on however you want to play. But as we are talking about it, we can still see 9mm actually dominate out their lanes pretty amazingly. And maybe we might be seeing the same scenario coming in here because Ada is on the
Welcome to
Lancelot. And
Moba
knowing Lancelot,
Legends.
though, man, the Lancelot Meta was just
5
too crazy,
seconds till
especially
the
with that
enemy
brute drill
reaches the
coming in.
battlefield.
Just
Smash
imagine the
them!
amount of HP she regens whenever she dashes
All
around.
troops deployed.
Yeah, we don't have to imagine right now it
We might be seeing it.
live. And the Queen's Legacy series, ladies and gentlemen, this is a possible last game. Maybe the brooms might be right into the chat, but we'll never know. There's always a way for it comebacks, but still, this is going to be the decided game. We're going to be seeing Knight MM going against MCAT in the grand finale. This is game number 3.
Exactly. The game number 3 and the decider for both the teams. But oh, onto the top lane though.
Oh my god, that's gonna be a bit of a poke coming through. Nancy have the purify. Sung Sung early rotation she have because of the wings by wings able to rotate out on top. But they might be able to clear out the minions first here before going for a new kind of rotation though.
Exactly. And this is what we are talking about. Whenever you have upper hand on your lane, you can just do whatever you want. And on the top lane, we can already see a really early rotation that's coming in from Samsung. And arcane boots and tough boots already being built up from everyone there. The boots will be completed. And talking about the core items is what we are requiring for. Oh, top lane.
Oh, top lane! That's gonna be a ton coming through. They are removed
Nicely.
instantly. First blood. Yeah, Fredo was, trying to I mean he wanted to challenge her with the Cho, but yeah, 3v1
Yeah,
not gonna be happening.
exactly. That does
Uh,
not work out that way, man. The
yeah,
3v1 already on the top lane. That was crazy. And if we are speaking about crazy, we are already in the craziest pausing meta, maybe.
I
But
feel
nah, never
like
mind. This is
MCAT can make a comeback,
uh,
man. Pause meta.
MCAT, you
oh,
want
pause
MCAT to
meta.
come back
Okay.
because of the
Yeah,
pause?
yeah, I think.
Fredo is having a fair ice.
Man, oh man.
What?
Jax, man, Jax, they know it, they know it.
No, I just wanted to go to game 5. That's why I'm just saying, this pause might work
Okay,
in favor of MCAT now.
let's go.
Oh, we
And they,
see.
they shut
We
down their
see.
main problem. Nancy was dominating the entire time. She was providing
Mm-hmm.
so much space for the backliners. But right now, the fact that they have shut her down early on, she's an Esmeralda, the enemy has a Lapu Lapu, direct counter. So I feel like,
Mm.
this match, I think MCAT can have a slight advantage compared to the last.
S-
I
I
mean,
mean,
it can.
it can, right? But Jeff, you know what I think?
Uh-huh.
I feel like
Go ahead.
Fredo wants Nancy to lose so bad.
No,
I mean, challenging for the 1v1. That was already a red flag, you know?
Yeah, the one we won, right? The one we won, and the
no, her Yuzong was very good.
11.
So I was thinking if
Mm-hmm,
she plays
mm-hmm.
Chow as well. Oh my god, what is this?
He
Mm-hmm.
might. He might. Wait, what is this? What is this animation? Sung Sung is walking, but she's not actually walking.
Sitting as well.
Moonwalking. It's a
She's just,
moonwalk.
she's just doing the diva walk right now.
Panda is stationary though. She's jumping.
Oh,
Wait, the ninja is in a
what?
statue position. Yeah.
Who just did that tag to her, man? Like, we used to play in childhood, right? Remember? Free ice and water.
Possibly.
Akiko is in the garden.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
farming.
mm-hmm.
Or she's
She's the
cooking.
real jungler.
Oh my
She's
god.
the real jungler.
Oh, she's jumping. Wait. She's doing something in the bush alone. We'll
Oh,
never know
look
what
at
is
look
happening
at
though.
Zenya.
The animation
Oh,
is so funny, man.
well, that
She's
anime.
shooting.
Why at the most exact time it had to be paused out?
Yeah.
Oh, we can see
Lens,
in the chat. High up we can
you
see
know,
in the chat. High up
I feel like Gummy Worm will die. Or else
here.
Ada will
Oh yeah,
die the moment it
Ada
resumes.
or coming one. Mm-hmm.
Why do you
Look at
say that? Are you saying
Because
that MCAT are making a scheme here?
yeah, I think this is comeback, bro. This is comeback moment for MCAT, bro. I'm telling
Oh
you.
my god.
Oh my god. Okay, there we go. I thought it was a
No.
but
That's fine. That is
you know, one thing I realized from Ada is that whenever she plays the Lancelot, she don't pick any skin. She's playing the Lancelot with the default, because maybe she like how it looks like, how the Lancelot looks like without the skins, because
maybe
with
she's
Hmm.
doing default order.
yeah, maybe because level 3 still, the Lancelot does have a good build, but
Mhm.
he's just so I don't know, lean, too lean, no bulk. Because look at this Gatot, man. He's muscle of iron and bone of steel.
Oh man.
We're talking about bots here. I'm not sure why though. But if you talk about bots, man, Fredrin number one. Lapu Lapu is also there though.
Yeah. We can see someone ruling right now. Okay, never mind.
Okay. I
see,
think
see,
we're
see, see, see,
beating.
see this shit.
Wait, what is happening? Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Sung Sung
the
is
animation though.
yeah, it's amazing. Look at that. Let's see it. I think she's sitting somewhere. I mean, Sen looks like she's on a treadmill, working out. What?
Oh, the throat. Oh, Naruto throat. Let's go,
Everything is moving except the game.
man. We have stopped the time, but only some things can move right now.
Yeah, it's too quiet. We gotta resume,
So,
man. We want
oh,
the X.
we can see someone in the chat saying soon emoting. Okay,
Eh?
shouting won't solve.
You
Soon
know,
is emoting. Oh my. Oh, someone in the chat as well mentioned. Oh, English or Spanish trend coming in. Okay, I see.
Uh yeah, English or Spanish to Lancelot. Okay,
oh
it's
wait,
Oh,
back.
wait,
wait.
mine. Oh my god, I was almost having a whip fast moment. Nice focus, Fredo, onto Ada. Yeah, we want to see the lens out there. But level 4 already for both the jungle, so we'll see what they can do here.
Exactly. And speaking of the jungling side, we can just pretty much say that Ada actually has a better option when it comes to the Thornlow Steel because in every scenario we see Lancelot having a better option when it comes to the fight and the laning skills already with the 4-man a gank, but oh, another pause meta.
Pause meta? Close matter. Hello? Hello?
Hello? Hello?
English or
Wait,
Spanish?
what?
Not
Yeah.
resuming yet,
Why do
okay?
we?
Not resuming yet.
Oh no. Yeah,
Oh
let's go
man,
for the treadmill. Look at the muscly guys, the treadmill. They are working out.
they are racing right now. They are racing
And
on
the
who can
girls
run
are
the
watching.
highest. They are starting.
Jeff, it looks like two of these heroes, Gatot, Lapu Lapu,
Yep.
and they are trying to impress Farsa here. And look at Ada though.
Oh
She's
man.
running but not running.
Why is Fredo zooming on Lancelot's gear right now? Oh my.
I think Fredo is,
uh,
you know what, not
Oh my.
doing.
oh my god, what happened to the Grok? Why is he so yellow?
Hey,
What? He was white though.
oh, why is he golden? Not even yellow. Oh no. Wait,
Oh,
what's happening
He's
that's
here?
shining. He's about
Oh
to
no, he's
blast.
just
ah,
he's just evolving, from what we have seen in Pokemon.
oh my god. He also looks like a cow here. It's like me.
Oh my.
It's the
Minotaur.
Just look
passive.
at the shield revolving around him. He is in a transformation state right now.
Dang.
In Power Rangers, we always have to see, right? Before, after defeating the normal form, they comes in with the giant form.
Dang.
I
That's
don't really
close to
know
it.
why the pause is happening. No clue. No
Blame
idea.
It's
Fredo.
just the plot.
Guys,
Oh
blame Fredo.
man.
He's not forcing, but he has blaming it.
Okay, we're
Oh,
back.
there we go. There we go.
Oh,
Thanks
finally.
Oh, there might be engaged. It's gonna be the setup kill. Daniel with the flicker able to walk away. But the airstrike with the artillery, I don't think they'll be able to find anything soon. But maybe there might be a re-engage coming through because the turtle is definitely into the hands of Mega Coach Appreciate. Right now, they wanna go for it, but Panda won't be able to get that because successful zoning, I would say, that eventually makes
Oh.
them start early, right?
Luna Bay amazing shots though, that's not a good sign. But for some reason I feel like this time the side of Team 9mm are falling off a little behind in terms of the gameplay because on towards the two games we saw they actually have the first objective on their hands, but this time they let it go even though they have a really strong lineup. But just speaking of that, we can see Sen Taunt.
Taunt Sen with Carapai able to tease out a bit.
Not for
I
now.
mean, okay, because the crowd control is not gonna be enough. Tank versus tank, it's a very funny interaction. They don't really go for the engage on it.
Man, oh man, just thinking about it is really crazy. I mean, looking into the KDA, we can see the first look is onto a Sung Sung, and that was on Nancy, which was the most ruthless 3v1 we saw. I mean, it is on the early game section. We do not expect Esmeralda to be the chunkiest fighter that we can imagine that she is. So, yeah, it is all about the early game domination that both the teams should be having, but already onto the purple buff. The vision was there, but not for long. And as we are speaking, the gold lane is having a little bit of issues because Akiko is really what is called impressive when it comes to dodging the Rhapsody as well as the Death Sonata from Luna Bay, as we saw in the one-on-one scenario. But as we are talking about Luna Bay and Akiko, we can see the gank is shifting on towards the bot lane.
That's what they wanted to gang
Not for
out
long,
to
but-
do right now.
Oh, top lane.
Oh, top lane though, Nancy. I mean, but have the gonna be used on the lane. That might be a point to Luna be able to read it out and will not be going in near the base, near the turret anytime soon. Purify.
No,
That's
that's
the
easy.
wall that's gonna be stopping them from coming
That's just way too easy.
She's gonna be losing a lot of weight right now onto the other
Oh,
hand. Uzi not connecting onto anyone. Panda does have the shadow, will not try to go for anything because he can here. But Jaya, everything is still on neutral CD right there, and Ada still onto the build up. Then right here is
oh,
up a
good.
Hector still onto the grab. The top coming in as well. The shadow not connecting onto anyone. Panda trying to get a kill onto the turtle as well, onto the back line. And up flickering in. Bay onto the back line. Onto the other hand, the epic kills. One more hit, Luna Bay will be falling down to the hands of Ada right now. Does have the dash able to walk away with the Storm Rose. A hit is not going to be enough, but one for long, one more. But Sung Sung able to grab that kill onto her as well. Panda very low, taken down, very, very low of HP. But onto the other hand, it's going to be Nancy falling down to the hands of Stan as well. But not before grabbing a kill onto Panda too. Going Sen, the Soul Survivor still out there with the quantum as well, and our better will be used onto her AOE. Used defensively, the maneuver is still out there available. Is
engage there, but Sung Sung with the ultra rally will be able to get that kill on the Luna right now. Ada might be in trouble. One hit away from down Luna Bay. Focus onto her, Kirpai. Body blocking all of those bullets will be able to save her teammate, and they have to disengage.
Man, this is way too amazing from the side of Team, what they call it, Megatron. Quite appreciated because the early two games we saw, that
Tell
those
them about
weren't
the
good.
giveaway.
But this time it's really crazy. But yeah, Debbie, why don't you go ahead, talk about the giveaway that everyone is waiting for right now?
Yeah, of course, they're gonna be talking. They're gonna be. Yeah, we'll have a little bit of a to the chat even how can see it out there. But oh, mid lane, that might be a trouble. No, Sung taken down. Jin, yeah, able to not down, but back to the point. Yeah, there was a voice that we are seeing onto the bottom lane. Akiko might be getting in a lot of trouble. AOZ will not be landing onto her, but it's gonna be her being stuck upon sand. Taking down very low, gonna be C is gonna be holding onto 3 members. Akiko still low, will not be able to walk in, but Gummy Worm able to grab that kill. She's trying to go in for more, one more hit away. Ada trying to as well. The still available. Luna Bay caught into the wall, able to survive with the blink that she have at the run though. Gummy, the Kiko will be the one getting traded out. Still, Mega Core Apricity will be able to find that lead.
This is a bloodthirsty match as we have seen from both teams. So Sung Po's use the wing and she will be running off for now because of the wall. She could have just run across the wall, but maybe she's trying to dodge it. But yeah, like we were talking though, onto the bottom, we saw a really heavy blow that was played out because the side of C9MM, they are crumbling for now. I mean, like on the previous game, we did saw them right after the lot. They were starting to just make up blunders. And if you look into the items, we can already see the glowing one on the far side, as well as the Sea Halberd on the Hayabusa, while completing War Axe and Hunter Strike onto Lafu and Granger. While on the hands of P9MM, they haven't completed the good items even for the Rover, so that's not a good decision. But this time the turtle will be here, and I'm expecting both the teams to be having a contest for it.
Yeah, ready for the contest. The aggression coming through from both of the teams is definitely the part. Like Fredo already said, right? Gummy onto this Lafu level. The only sit down onto the Esmeralda, he is able to walk out. The difference between the one, but the actually trust got one member to backline as he trying to go in with the damage. The steal is still out there. And the traction pulse will not be connected onto the backline. It's going to be the AO connecting on the Carapai does have the immunity. It's not big upon, but it's going to be Nancy jumping in, flicker for Luna Bay trying to go away from safety. John Gumi Worm into the backline, getting caught in the middle of it all. It's going to be the lens sticker not connected onto anyone, but the rest will be used as well. The backline is going to be grabbing a kill. Play without the flicker. She had the way to survive the phantom execution. Will be helping her walk away from the Gummy Worm. Now still trying to go for a contest for an engage, trying to go back. He goes to the back line and getting a solo kill on Panda. The turtle still a very low HP will be set upon Ada. Still onto the victor, trying to go in. And the solo grab the turtle, trying to go in for more. Gummy Worm trying to get a set. Does have the heal and the steal as well. One more hit is gonna be faster. The two members Genia will be able to get a kill on the sand, and Sensung as well. Triple kill for Genia. All a wipe, an official wipe out coming through from 9 Meow Meow.
Man, this play just came out from the side of C9M. This is what I was talking about, the close to game that they were staying off for. But oh, mobilize onto a Granger though.
Nancy does not have sticker. It's gonna be a stun connecting onto Nancy right now. Not just Shadow. Hey, it's gonna be okay, but wait, we are back. I think Fredo wants to talk. I don't know because he's keep pausing it up.
No. I'm not the one pausing the game.
Not the one.
Okay. We see that.
Let's see why the pause is happening. League Ops, if you want, you can come and tell me in the voice chat right now.
Or talk about the
Anyways, the game is going good so far. I feel like, these team fights, if they overextend, then bro, I don't know. The Akiko is just too good actually. It's too good. Like nobody would have thought that she would be like she's waiting for, I mean, she's playing Ruby, it's a fighter, but she's playing it really well like a goal laner, she's waiting for the right timing. Like if you see the way she engaged on Panda just before the Panda was about to take down the turtle, she just waited for the turtle to actually hit Panda and make him low. So that was really wise of Akiko.
Nice girl, Akiko.
Man, a new IGN, okay, we see.
Eh?
Oh, the thought is still there. But yeah, talking about the game here, though, I mean, the way the side of Team 9MM are playing off and the way they're actually just going in and out of team fight one by one, just soaking up a lot of damages for the frontliner. And then the backliners just hunt down and the clutch that what do we call it, Ada actually made up there. The way she just took out Granger in the midst of 4v1 scenario, she went in, soaked up a lot of damage, and despite the fact that she was almost about to die, she snatched up the kill and managed to survive there. She used up the Phantom execution at the most amazing time and escaped out, as well as came back for the team fight by the rescue of our Grok here. She just pushed back, what do you call it, the Hayabusa, and she wasn't able to chase down Ada after that. And after we saw that, we actually saw Hayabusa went back for the turtle, but despite the fact that the turtle was really low, we saw Akiko just came in clutch, used up the I am offended, as well as took down Granger, and the follow-up came in from Lancelot, secured the turtle, and she managed to escape once again, despite the fact Lapu Lapu was chasing her. So yeah, a huge shout out to Ada as well as Akiko for making up a really amazing duo, not a duo, but like a really amazing combo that just came out here from all the members.
Absolutely right. And this can be let's see the emblem.
This is Granger.
Yeah, Granger.
Oh,
Usual emblem. Okay, it's back.
Visual emblem. Oh, it's back.
Okay, never mind. We're gonna be back.
turret has been destroyed.
Yep, we are back in the game and we will be back in the actions as well because Akiko is putting out the lane pressure while two people is going for her, not for now though, but it is on the orange buff that actually Sen is trying to get the passive on. But she needs to know that buffs don't deal enough damage rather than the turrets or the what do you call it, heroes there. And I mean that is a wise move, but at the same time that's a really big waste of time rather than going for other resources. But with that, we can see our Akiko still going in for the harassment.
Is what we want right now. The bottom lane is very, very low. One hit away from being taken down. But still to Mega Code Electricity to defend out the mid lane so good because I feel like they know that if they are given the mid lane again, the jungle might be jeopardy.
Exactly. If they just give out turrets, if they just give out the macro here, then it would be a really intense type of scenario that they need to be facing off with because in the previous two games we already saw, but before that, oh, Gurky Worm though, really surviving for now. Now engages as of number 7, airstrike as well being popped up, and I'm actually engaged.
Oh my god, what was happening there? The tech transfer was support and the flicker was already baited for Sung Sung. So no flicker, no feather airstrike for the Lord fight right now, and I feel like it's gonna be a green light for the side of 9mm here again. The drones coming through, Nancy able to go in and wait on level 1 already to a level 9 coming, and the steals coming through as well. The wall being stopping anyone and everyone that can find right now. The shadow will be used as a defensive maneuver here again, but the Lord might be started upon level 10 lane. But right now it's gonna be an engage upon Gummy Worm, one hit away, and Akiko will be able to grab that kill onto Gummy Worm. Right now the Lord is what they want to focus on. One member down. They cannot be engaged. Panda does have the shadow, but the turtle, the Lord, apparently will be taken down by Ada instead. All again in favor of 9mm right now.
Exactly. They secured the Lord, they secured the bodies as well. But in shade of that, Luna Bay actually went in for the macro. She took out the 2 turrets onto the bot lane side. And with that, they have a bit of the lane pressure coming onto the bot lane as well as the Holy Shield all being popped up. But nonetheless, they secured the Lord as well as a few of the bodies again to the side of Team Megatron of City. And with that, it is the Lord which will be marching to the bot lane, and the side of Team 9M will be securing a really amazing, what do you call it, synchronization as well as the formation that they will be making up for. And on towards the mid lane, another pressure will be coming in.
Pressure, possibly Carapai have the flicker and the tech charge as well, so you can try to go for in for an engage, but the minion is actually waiting for the Lord will be merging into the bottom lane side, and they might be actually under the inhibitor as well. But still, with the mid still standing up and healthy, it's gonna be giving a bit of a time. And might be getting caught, does have the ways to survive, so will not be engaged coming through. 9mm right now into the mid lane though. The wall will be set upon. Is gonna be another bit of an engage, but it's gonna be a Joan Nancy trying to go in, or be just poking away all of the members of 9MM. It's gonna be a good toss because they missed a pawn, but the feather airstrike will be used. The AOZ will be connected as well, getting it. Might be a damage coming through. 8 down. Thought rolls able to get the damage is done, but mega kill for Jaina able to take Sen down. But this is gonna be another engage coming through the center kill. One hit away. Panda will be able to take her down. Another onto the chase, but all the members of 9MM will have to walk away. The Lord was able to get the inhibitor, but one kill was what they get in return.
Exactly. We just saw a really intense fight coming on towards the orange buff on the side of Team Megatron Portability. Despite the fact Lord managed to secure the bot lane inhibitor, there was a really fair outfit coming in because they managed to take down Akiko despite the fact that Fen was taken down. I mean, it was a rumor for the gold laner, so it was quite a good trade. But yeah, I won't even recommend that calling her a gold laner, even though she is one hell of a damage dealer type of because of the Hunter Strike as well as the what actually is being built on her. And talking about the Granger stacks, 474, almost 500, a good enough stacks on towards the 13 minutes mark, almost 14. So yeah, we can just say that Granger will be farming up really well. But Tandra will be coming for the engage though.
Yeah, they won because it's gonna be just the minions that they wanna take it down because as easy as it sounds, they are for 9mm. They are very disciplined when it down to the Lord here. But I feel like a gummy worm is in a very good or bad, I don't know, different position here. Might be getting spotted on by Akiko though. She kind of know that 9mm might eventually go for the Lord directly, so she wanted to have a little bit of a reason right now so that they will be able to chase them away. But hey, they cannot really be too uncareful right now because the damage coming through from 9mm is too hard to handle.
Exactly. And if you're talking about the damage that is being built up from side of 9 but before that, though, we can also see the Vivo being around, but the engage will not be there. And like you were talking about, the damage is being built up from the side of Team 9 we just need to give out a huge shout out to Xenia for giving out a lot of spam reads, for talking about damage a lot will be secured, or really uncontested maybe.
Oh, my BS Shadow connecting off. Panda has to walk away, so still not any wolf just the purple buffed in jeopardy here. I think Panda will be able to take it. Panda trying to go in. Oh, that's gonna be a stun coming through. The technique nice and a flicker. Gummy.
Panda might be
Like
taking off.
Sung Sung will not be able to get the further airstrike onto anyone just yet. The damage is there, but the movement isn't there. But the Lord is into the hands of 9mm right now, and they will be able to get the mid lane inhibitor. Mid lane turret at least out of
Exactly. And if you're talking about the turrets that are being destroyed, though, but before that, engage on the mid lane.
might be an engage coming through. The tech truck connecting onto 2 members.
We can already see that
Caught by 4 members, but it's gonna be an okay one because they're now onto the bottom lane. The Lord is gonna be not charged for the initiation. They might be able to clear it out. Akiko still with Alpha Fed. They're trying to go in. The Texan Pulse will not be connected onto no one. It's gonna be the shadow being used as a defensive maneuver. On the other hand, it's gonna be coming wrong. Trying to go in onto Xenia, but will be falling down instantly. Killing spree for Ada. Getting a kill onto Sun Tzu as well. It's gonna be Luna being getting taken down. One more hit is gonna be away. The shadow kill will be side of, but she's not gonna be enough. Panda, the sole survivor, is gonna be recalls coming through. 9MM with a clean sweep, able to be getting the champion for the Queen's Legacy Series, hosted by War Drums. We got your champions, ladies and gentlemen.
Man, oh man, we have a champion, we have a queen for this tournament, and it is the Team 9MM, and they have proved us worthy of making it a really amazing match with a clean sweep on their hands, a 3-0 score on the BO5 series, and they secure the grand finals on the hands with as well as the prize pool. And yes, if we are just talking about it, we can see how amazing the side of Team 9MM are, the macro that they played off with the clean discipline that they had. They didn't let off any of the guards down, even though the early game they were struggling a little bit because of the Parsa zone as well as Seni just protecting her and Panda just going to the back lanes. Despite the fact that they were pressurized, they managed to make it out alive. They managed to just make it a really what they call the really merciless brutality that just came in from them. And with that, we can see the side of Team 9MM already making up a really big of a mess here for our team MCAT. And with this, they will be securing the champion slot. They will be securing the season 1 of Queen's Legacy champion slot, and this is going to be the Team 9MM.
9MM very deserving, and this was the end of the the road and the lore are singing together. But nevertheless, they were the one coming back from the bottom lower bracket and able to get the sweep onto Mega Court Apricity, who were waiting for them to the grand finals. This was some epic showdown that we are seeing for both of the teams right now. MCAT were able to play for the full potential, to able to have a good run into this tournament so far, but 9mm, they're showing who's more experienced, they're showing who's much better, and they're showing that they'll be able to get that vengeance, the revenge, and it's best served a cool here, and it's going to be served on the golden platter too, because this time around they are not in the lower brackets, they are the one getting the champion. So amazing gameplay for both of the sides. And you know what,
Mhm.
have and for this tournament so
Yep.
far, I have my eyes open that assassins everything. No, you don't have to care about the hero pools for
Exactly.
girls tournament. Everyone can play anything. Not me though.
Oh. I mean, I have experienced it myself. No need to worry about it. I literally saw someone play on that, and well, who knows? Maybe they are trying to create their own metas, and it can actually happen though. As long as you know what you're doing and you're comfortable with your hero, any meta can be arising because we still haven't unraveled the 100% potential on this meta. Even the pros players are still searching for a really breakable what do you call counters for these tanky heroes, and that is what we are actually waiting up for because Lunox was there, but she actually got taken down pretty early on, despite the fact that she was not rising up that much. But yeah, Lunas it is who will be taken down. And after that, we also saw Irithel in this tournament that was rising up a lot with the highest win rate I would even expect. But on this particular match against Team 9mm, we saw Apricity actually just having a really, what do you call it, intense match. And we saw Irithel was bursted down on the early game with a really amazing clippable moments here. And yes, that would be something we need to be watching out for. If any clippers are there, come on, man, just get that clip already. And with that, we'll be seeing the champions already getting their hands. But Debbie, do you want to say anything about it now?
Yeah, oh, gotta say the chat was right. The broom, the sweep
The blue, yes.
was on point. I didn't know the chat
Oh,
were very good. But nevertheless, congratulations to both of the teams, and more for 9 beatable here yet again in another female tournament. I hope they don't break up because it's gonna be so sad because they have been so good. But hey, it was a long journey that we had. This is the first tournament, girls tournament, by the way, hosted by War Drums. If you're not um very used to it, and this is the biggest prize pool that any girl tournament have had. So kudos to War Drum as well. Shout out to them too. The management and the hosts. I think Nihal is out there, still yapping, but yeah, thanks to him too. But that was a good run that we have right now. Fredo as well, Yeah, that was it. So I think this might be the end of our stream as well, and the end of the Queen Legacy series. We already have our champion, a crown or queens as well. So ladies and gentlemen, before we get into the next tournament, we will be signing off, and we will meet you onto the other side.
peace out.
Let's go.